Yeah, I've never seen that warning before, but or I don't know, notification maybe. But we're live now on YouTube, I guess. So we're playing some Swords and Wizardry. We're doing the module "Come to Daddy," which I'm just gonna put it out there that this writer, now I can't find his name, of course, even though it should obviously be written on it. Did these two modules, Anders, and promised a third one and never had it. So finish that module, said Anders. But anyways, we're on number 2. So basically, what happened last time was the party had been kind of protecting or traveling with the caravan, anyways, which had gone into massive snowstorms through some mountains and took a lot of losses. And we kind of started the last session in this cave, kind of a desperate situation, out of food, when you guys discovered kind of a secret door in the back, and you found what was basically an ancient temple. There was some fighting, there was some running, a magical spear, and you guys popped out the other side. So now you're still kind of in this desolate wasteland called the Silent Valley, and you can't really go south, which is where you came from, because that would be back to the mountains, and that seems like it would be really terrible. So you're kind of heading in the direction that the caravan was eventually going, which is north, hoping to get to the settlements that are on the other side of the valley. I guess basically we'll go through and introduce the characters. Matthew, who wasn't with us last time, his character was probably with the group that didn't go into the cave, and maybe you guys just rendezvoused after. But you're currently kind of heading through the snow, so let's just go through. You can do a quick little character intro so we know who you are. I'll start on my left. So Crystal.
I am playing the monk Diana. She is currently glad to be out of the cave, but soaking wet outside in the snow is not fun. She has her favorite spear in one hand, and with the other, she has it close to her chest and is kind of saying like a monk prayer, trying to focus on that and keep her mind off the cold.
Nice. Okay, so Marcus.
Yep, I'm playing Tom. He's a ranger. He's average height, kind of an average dude in general. Brown hair. He's wearing a cloak, probably put up kind of tight. Yeah, and I think he's pretty excited about this new sword he has, probably itching to use it.
Nice. And joining the party is Matthew's character. Tell us a little about your character, Matthew.
Okay. Can you hear me? Sorry, I was muted.
Very good.
Vado is a human fighter. Roughly about 6 feet tall, short brown hair. And you notice that while he seems pretty calm as a person, his eyes keep flitting left and right. He's definitely uneasy in this cold. And the chainmail shirt he's wearing is doing nothing to protect him against it.
The overall, it's pretty miserable out there. So, Tony, what's the final character of this party up to at this point?
Moving through along the snow and the ice that has formed in his more than shoulder-length blonde hair that's flowing very freely in the wind, is a human that stands about 6'2", weighs about 230. As he's moving along, he's holding this shield in his left arm, and he's pushing through the snow, and the other hand at this point he's holding a hand axe in it. And the weak, long growth of beard on his face that has came out is starting to form little icicles and snow patterns on it. And he's moving along, and he knows that at some moment they're going to have to stop and at least get some type of rest or take a 5-minute break as they're moving and trudging through this. And I will be playing Piedrist Manoy, Human Ranger.
Nice. So you guys have been traveling. Actually, I'm trying to look at the map to see how far away it is, but we'll say from the time that you... Oh, it's pretty far, actually. You're looking at... It's probably been maybe four days since you've left the relative security of the cave that you were in. I mean, you probably found small encampments and little caves and trees and stuff to hide under, but it's been pretty miserable. And you've been trekking along for about 4 days. So I'm going to do something here to kind of randomize stuff because that's how I like to do it. I'm going to have Crystal roll a d4. And yep, go ahead, roll a d4.
1.
Okay. And Marcus also roll a d4.
Okay, let's see. 2.
Okay. And let's have Matthew roll a d6.
1.
1. Nice. A lot of low rolls today. And finally, Tony, if you can roll a d4 for me.
D4, okay. Had a 2.
Nice. Oh, well, 2. Okay. Cool. All right. There's a lot of different ways this thing can start, so I'm kind of randomizing it. A better way to randomize it is to let you guys do it. So let me go.
The snow opens up before you, and you fall into a lava pit.
That's right. If you all immediately die right now, just remember that it was your dice that did it. I'm going to put that out there. Okay, so you're coming from...
Means I'm gonna have to get another set of dice. I never keep a set of dice that killed my character.
Okay, so... all right, and... 1. Interesting. Okay. And that's easy enough. Okay. Cool. So you are you've been traveling mostly across plains and stuff, and you can feel you're heading down into like even more of a sink in the valley, looking probably for water. As you're traveling along, as you probably realize the rivers and stuff flow to the south, and you're in a bit of a small forested area. When you guys are all rangers, right? So you're only surprised on a 1. So let me see if you're surprised. You are not. Oh, but you did survive now. Okay, so you actually, how far away are they? Oh, they're pretty far away. And there's, okay. So this is probably why you see them so far away. So you're about 120 or so yards away from this kind of cluster of what you initially think is shrubs and bushes. And as you get closer, you guys notice that they're kind of moving and seem to be more alive than a bush should be.
All of those are just the rangers.
No, every one of you.
Okay. Wow, that's strange. Moving bush.
Yeah, it's a bit like kind of dark, so you can't make out exactly what's going on over there unless you get closer to it. But you're also far enough away that you can go around it if you want.
How far away did you say we were doing?
120 yards, 110 yards, right?
Okay.
Looks like we might have some company.
Why don't you go introduce yourself?
I'm not much one for people.
Who said they were people?
But I take the my two-handed sword off my back just in case we are going to go have to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, Pedrus tightens the grip on his shield and he pulls it up closer to him and grips the hand axe even closer and looks back towards Diana and goes, maybe an introduction is what we need. Shouldn't be too bad, just a bunch of bushes.
Yeah, I'm sure that those have never been adventurers' last words.
This weather's got to you to be okay.
I'd say we just go around.
Her saying that, Pedrus looks towards Thorn with this look in his eye and trying to gather his thoughts. You're muted, Marcus.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, I would be pulling out my longbow at the moment. Probably, yeah, sticking an arrow in it.
At this distance, especially in kind of a relatively dense forest, and it's somewhat near the end of the day. It's hard to really see, like I say, at this distance. You probably could go around whatever it is, or you could approach closer if you want to try to see what it is before you make that decision.
How close
I'll
would
go
you
for
say
it.
we could get within there? Like 100 feet-ish before they saw it, or?
Yeah, you would probably have to close the distance by like half, let's say, maybe like 60 yards at least to be able to tell more.
I could attempt to sneak up closer and report back what I see.
Yeah, so
All
try
right.
it. You could do a move silent if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll attempt that. So I'm gonna let them all halt for a second. I'm probably gonna fail this, but never know. And boom, 30 out of 40. So I actually succeeded. Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so you move pretty gingerly through the snow. Probably taking your time. You're not really in a rush. You're just kind of observing what's going on. And as you get closer, you see what appears to be really, really big spiders. A cluster of them kind of around this. What is bushes, but they've kind of like crushed the bushes together into this big web, like pile, essentially. And you can see at least two of them on the outside, but you definitely know there's things moving around on the inside as well.
Oh, very nice.
They're about 4
Spiders protecting their babies is, my initial thought. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna move back now. Do I have to move silently again?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. 24, nice. Thank you, dice. I love you. Okay, so I get back and I look over to whoever has out the bow, and I'm gonna say, shoot a fire arrow at it.
I'll nod and
No, you know
say,
what? No. I'm sorry. No, that's not very monk-like. Let's say I'm gonna say it's just spiders, maybe protecting their young. I say we should just move around and get away from this place.
Perhaps you're right. Disturbing a nest of spiders might be unwise. And now lower the bow and kind of look over to Pedris.
And
What do you
as
think?
you do, I nod at you, putting up the bow, and look towards Diana first, and I go, these eyes, maybe we're not seeing as well, thinking it's a bunch of walking sticks when it's a bunch of spiders. I agree. I think we should leave them and save these sharp blades for something else. What do you think, Beto?
We definitely shouldn't try our luck. What time of day is it?
It's later in the afternoon, but it is the winter, so it's a bit dark, but it's not like night out. It's probably, let's say, 3 o'clock.
Well, night comes pretty quickly in the far north.
Yeah.
We should be trying to find shelter soon, but not over there because there are giant spiders, as I've said.
Seeing probably the party's consensus of not wanting to go that way, Beatrice would just start walking away the opposite way they were going.
I'll just follow him.
Yeah, I'll return the arrow, but I'll keep the bow out for now.
Cool. So you're gonna just go around basically where they are. That should be easy enough. I mean, if you're not in a rush, you could give them a lot of space and just kind of circle around with no issue, heading towards. So because of that, takes you a little bit longer to get to basically where you're going to end up, which is you kind of, instead of keep going down the slope into this valley to get water, you're going to kind of go out and around it. Do you want to go to you're heading south? Do you want to go to the east or the west around it?
To get around it, I would go east, probably.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, so you go east. All right, so you're heading east for maybe like another hour or so. probably keeping your eye out for any possible shelter or whatever. When actually there's a break in the forest, you can see that it's not. It's been like forested, like basically the trees have been cut down. Although it's not like really tended. It's just like no trees here. Maybe they're like. But you can see definitely a ranger would certainly notice that it's been forested. Like you can see like axe marks and stuff in a lot of felled trees. It's probably like maybe 200-yard wide kind of opening between like where you are, I believe would be the edge of the forest, and then the other edge if you were to move into a more forested area. If you were to look to the south, you see that it seems to open up. So whoever is doing this foresting probably came from that direction because, it's more forested that direction.
All of us noticed that it's been forested.
Yeah, well, you can definitely see that it's been cleared. I mean, and then I'm sure it's easy enough to point out if any of the rangers point out that you can clearly see axe marks, and it doesn't look like, let's say, a storm. You can very clearly see this was done by man to a ranger. Everybody else probably can figure it out as long as the rangers point it out to them.
Okay. Well, for now, no one said anything.
Yeah, I'll point it out. I'll say, looks like this was cleared by men. Clearly going to respect the land.
Let's see. Perhaps there is someone who would provide us some shelter and a place to stay for the night. Some shelter and a place to stay for the night. Sorry, I'm not on my role-playing game today.
I'll start moving closer to the clearing area to inspect, see maybe if we can tell, is it recent or sometime that this has been cut?
Okay. Yeah, you can actually move up, and I think from where you are, you probably can tell. Essentially, you can see that it's where you are, which is actually kind of, you headed east after you basically entered this forest, the area with the trees and stuff. It looks like there's almost like a V shape heading to the south. And to the south, it looks like was obviously cut before, and this is not as cut because it's not as wide where you are. So it's relatively recent. Probably you can't tell necessarily. Well, I guess you could tell if you roll like a tracking or something. I don't think you can roll in this game. You just know. I'd say it's probably cut before the winter, for sure.
Okay.
Which would be like within the last couple of months. Which would make sense.
So
If you were trying to get ready for the winter. Yeah.
So what do you think, Petrus?
It's probably a settlement somewhere nearby, or at least a few cabins or something. And quick question, Daniel, will we know of any layout of any villages or settlements that would be close by? Would we have any knowledge of that?
Yeah, I mean, you think you're probably still too far south to be near the village/settlement you were going to, but certainly there are sparse people that live around farms and such, so it wouldn't be wouldn't be like a major one, but likely there might be some kind of a farm or maybe a small village with like a couple of houses versus like the main area you're going to. You would have to keep going kind of to the north, but you were heading this way to get to the water. But if you wanted to skirt around this, you could probably get to where you think is the river and follow that north for the larger settlement, but that'll probably take you maybe like another week or so. You'll have to have some hunting or something first.
Diana's blowing on her hands to keep them warm, and she says normally, like studying people and everything, they start foresting somewhere that's closer, and they go deeper along as time goes on. So perhaps there is a small settlement to the south somewhere.
Settlement means fire.
Yeah, when you say
Fire means warmth.
that, Pedros looks towards you, Diana, and he just goes, "Are you sure you're a monk? You're not a ranger?"
I rolled an intelligence check and I passed it. So
That's what she says to you.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know I'm not metagaming. But I'll say, like I said, I just study people as I've traveled. That's just what I tend to notice.
Well, that's good that you pick up on things like that. A lot of times, myself and Tom overlook things that we're so used to. I think it'd be best that we try to find some kind of shelter or build us a shelter here tonight. It's fixing to get dark and cold.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'd of course help if we want to make a camp here or find somewhere a little warmer, or we could press on, perhaps look for a settlement.
Lead the way then. You all are clearly far more.
I'll let the Rangers do that. I'm sure that I'm sure that you know how to set up shelter better in the forest better than we do.
Yeah, of course. I think between Pedros and I, we should be able to do something effective.
I'll help gather firewood, but I'm not going to set down my favorite spear.
I'll help you with firewood.
Okay, so you're going to try to camp out in this area before you move any further. It's starting to get dark. You don't want to approach anything in the dark. Makes sense?
Yeah, and I guess me and Tom will try to build some kind of lean-to shelter, at least to get us through the night while they build a fire and get maybe something cooking or drinking going.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty. Maybe you can melt some snow, or since you didn't find the water, you're going to have to kind of rough it through the night because there wasn't much in the way of food in the last day or so. So it's a fire. I mean, the fire helps with the cold and also probably the stress of being out there in the wilderness. But it's still kind of a hungry and thirsty night. If you are going to do any kind of a guard shift, or you guys just going to crash?
I'd definitely say we should set up some type of guards through the night. Those wolves are still around.
Yeah, I'll volunteer for the first shift after we're done setting camp up and stuff.
I'll take whichever shift. Second will be okay.
I can take third if there is one.
Yeah, I think you could probably. It's probably going to be a 12-hour night because it's the winter. So if you take 4 shifts, it probably makes more sense.
Yeah, and Pedros will take the last shift then too.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, cool. Yes, you're able to set it up. I mean, it's not really a problem. I mean, you're not going to have an issue with being like. I mean, you're going to be cold, but nothing mechanically. You're able to definitely survive in the woods or rangers. And you've been out there for a week. If you haven't figured it out by now, you would be dead. So let me just see if anything bothers you during the night. Okay. So first kind of watch goes by, no problem. Lauren, you hear some strange sounds out in the wilderness.
Yes, I immediately ready my bow and eventually ride it off to the sounds of the trees and the wind.
Something wicked this way.
Those are some really strange tree sounds.
Yeah. So you so you I guess you wake up Diana, who then does a shift, and again, nothing really.
When you come find Diana, she's just like hugging her spear really close to her, and you wake her up, and she's like, "Oh no, not my spear!" And then she's like, "Oh, never mind." And she does her patrol after that.
Cool. Yeah. So you're basically on this this night watch for about 3 hours, and actually it's a pretty cold night. Probably especially compounded by the fact that it's been cloudless. There hasn't been any snow in a few days, and the moon is really bright. So it's kind of almost creepy because after a little bit of being awake and sitting out there in the dark, you can almost see well because it's so bright to your eyes, and you're able to definitely feel very comfortable during your shift that you don't see anything approach or anything, and you're able to go through your shift with no incidents. I guess you are going to wake up later. Is that your plan? Diana?
I guess the spirit took her.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I just kind of zoned out there. I don't, for some reason, I'm just not, I don't know. My brain's not in it today for some reason. I'm so sorry. Okay. Yeah, so you said nothing happens?
Yeah, nothing really occurs during your shift that seems out of place. It's actually very, very quiet, and the moon it just continues to rise in the night. It's almost like the night is getting brighter because it's such clear skies. But no, you don't really notice anything.
Okay, really pretty out.
Yeah.
I'll go wake up. Who was it that was taking Pedro? So it was taking the third, I think.
Rato's taking place.
Okay. I go wake up Thom then. I mean,
No, it's
Vado.
The first she wakes up,
I'm gonna get this eventually. I'll just wake up everyone. Whoever it was that was supposed to take the next shift.
go get you some coffee.
Yeah, no worry.
I should be going next, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So you end up waking up, Vado, and again, like when you wake up again, you're almost surprised. You almost think it's the morning because it's so bright out because of this moonlight. And you have your shift. You know, it's a 3-hour shift. So you're kind of watching and then keeping track, maybe sharpening your weapon or whatever you would do on your shift. When you notice, just
poking the fire with my sword.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You're talking the fire. You're looking around, and you notice that kind of. Let's see exactly where it is. Kind of to the south, because you guys are right on the edge of this like forest area. That kind of just got just out of the opening, so you could be, not have any wind or whatever. So you're kind of looking down there as the most obvious place somebody might come from, and you see something. It's pretty far away, you think, but you start to see what looks like something reflecting, almost like if there was something glass or something that was being hit by light. Like you might see like a reflection here and there, and it's to the south, and it's probably like it's through that clearing, and it's probably maybe 500 yards away, so it's pretty far away. But you definitely notice it, and at first you're thinking, oh, maybe it's the trick of the eyes or whatever, but you notice that it seems to continue. Like you see like a reflection, you don't see anything, then you see a reflection, you don't see anything. It's not moving, it's just kind of out there. And if you were to watch it for like 10 minutes or something, it kind of stays for about that long. And then it stops. And after that, nothing seems to happen for the rest of your shift. You probably keep looking down there to see if anything else is going to happen, but nothing else really.
Yeah. I'm going to let the fire die a little bit lower too.
Okay, to keep yourself a little more hidden. That makes sense. Cool. So you get through the rest of your shift and you realize that that it's probably time to wake up the. Unless you want to wake up the monk again, because since you woke up everybody.
Can you remind me of your character's name, Tony? Sorry.
Piedris.
All right, I'm going to go wake up Piedris, and I want to inform him that there was something interesting to the south about 500. You say 500 yards away?
Yeah, about 500 yards.
Okay. There might be some activity down there. I'm not sure what it was. Didn't come any closer, though.
Yeah, and after you give me a description of what you saw, strange. It is very strange. We'll get you some rest. I'll definitely keep an eye on that area. And you're going to see me after he goes off to sleep. You're going to see me move away from the camp, maybe 20 yards away from where they're camping and sleeping, and kind of maybe if I can find a tree to slump up under and maybe look like a bound of snow next to a tree, and I'm going to hide in the snow there while I watch the south.
Okay, makes sense. So you get yourself a little bit further from the camp. So if something approaches the camp, you'd be able to surprise it.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you do that, and you watch that general area. You watch everywhere, I'm sure, but make a point of looking where he said constantly. And actually, you don't see any more of that kind of what he described as this kind of like twinkling thing. However, like just as the sun is starting to come up, you're looking in that area, and you do start to see. It almost looks like the sun is reflecting off of, let's say, water, because but it's more steady, and you definitely start to see it in the morning. Probably what he was talking about, except for instead of it being like a moving and disappearing, it's just kind of a steady, like you can see something reflecting. And you can definitely see it.
Okay.
It doesn't move towards you. You can't tell what it is because whatever it is very small, but it's something probably either shiny or wet or something that.
I wake up Thom first, and after he gets his morning eyes adjusted, I bring him over and show it to him where he can see it.
Okay. Yeah, you can clearly see it. Once it's pointed out to you, it's pretty obvious.
Okay, nice.
And then I guess we
What do you
wait for
think?
the rest of the party.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll go kick Diana softly.
Oh, don't take my spear.
Well, don't worry about that.
No,
And after
good.
we give
I mean,
after we
it is a
give
nice
Diana
spear, but it's mine.
plenty of coffee and get her woke up and her senses about her, I would tell her about the deal, and I would suggest that we move that way cautiously and maybe try to get closer so we can determine what it is.
Would you like me to try and sneak over there? And
Well, as long as you're awake and you have your senses about you.
I'm feeling better today.
Okay. So you can,
Now that I know no one's going to steal my spear.
if you want, you can stay in the tree line until you get. The whole party can obviously. You can stay in the tree line until you get close, because again, it starts to be down like this. What you're looking at is somewhere down here. You can kind of stay in the tree line, and if you want, and then come over, or you can just walk right to the center. It's up to you. What's your approach, basically?
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll stay close to the tree line.
I'm definitely sticking with the two rangers.
Okay, so you sneak up on this thing. Were you very silent?
Yeah, like to be as silent as possible, for sure.
Okay, 61.
300%.
The dice have betrayed me.
Yeah, so you're walking. It's going to be very cold last night, so the ground's going to be more crispy than you think it's going to be. You make a little more sound than you'd like to, but it's not terrible. And you're able to move over to this thing, and what you see is actually it's like some kind of an animal trap. It's got like the big steel jaws that are open, and there's a pressure plate in the center, and there's some like raw meat on it. And it's like somewhat buried under some bushes and stuff. But the sun was hitting it at such an angle that you could see one of the pieces of metal like reflecting. Looks like it's been used a lot, so it like kind of scraped off the kind of dullness that it would normally have.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the group, and I'm gonna tell them all to step back. And I'm gonna toss the torch over and try and land it on the trap. I don't want any animals stepping in this.
Okay, cool, nice. So you pull a torch out and you activate the trap. You stand back a little so it doesn't hit you, I guess, whatever. And you probably just hit it too with your hand, and you don't have to throw it. But let's just say throw it, as you want to do. So you throw the torch down and you hit it. And the trap actually, how far back do you stand?
About 10 foot.
10 feet. Okay. So you throw the torch and it sets the trap off, and when it snaps up, everybody roll a d6. Since everybody's coming in.
4.
4.
I had
One.
a 4 also.
What did you get, Marcus?
A 1?
Oh, okay, I thought you said 10.
You broke it.
No.
Yeah, 10.
You broke it. We were all supposed to get 4.
Yeah, so everybody kind of closes their eyes, like freaking out a little bit when this thing closes. Maybe you're scared of it, except for Tom, who actually sees that as this thing pulls up, it looks like it's actually on top of a trapdoor, essentially, like a wooden trapdoor, and it's probably there to prevent things from going towards the trapdoor or into the trapdoor. You kind of see the edges of it as it closes. Everybody else kind of just sees the trap.
Okay, I would, of course, point out what I'm noticing to the rest.
Yeah, so there's basically like kind of what would be a trap door in the center of this field.
I think this is standing out like a sore thumb. How did you all miss this?
Well, I was keeping my eye on the trap to make sure that no animals got close to it as it closed.
You see the Vato actually has his sword out. He was so scared. So he was not paying attention to that.
Nice.
He puts it away hoping no one noticed.
Do you guys think that meat would still be good? Like, could we cook that?
It's kind of, yeah, you probably could. It's a little bit on the bad side, but if you apply enough fire to it and you're hungry, you'd probably be fine.
I hate freezer burn.
I'm really hungry. But of course, I have my monk. I have my monk chance. I can survive without food longer than most.
I want to move closer to the trap that's been engaged and, inspect it more and see if maybe, would I be able to ascertain this trap was actually set to maybe hide and protect this door, or was it actually maybe set for animal trap?
I have my monk chance. I can survive without food.
That's good.
Wow, what was that?
That was like my echo from like a while back. I was keeping my eye on the trap to make sure that no animals got close to it as it closed.
Yeah, it's actually coming from Matthew. For some reason, you're echoing her, Matthew.
Vato actually has his sword out.
Yeah,
So he was
it's like a bad delay in it, an echo.
That's a hell of an echo. Okay, so I just thought the crystal was
Maybe I don't know, maybe Matthew is watching the YouTube video
yeah, you watch,
as we're playing.
that is actually what it sounds like. You watch the YouTube video as well.
I'm hoping to fill in some segments because you guys are breaking up pretty bad for me. So sorry, I don't know.
Oh, that's why we can hear it. So just mute yourself if you're doing
Wow,
that.
you're real clear for me.
Headphones are in. That's weird.
Yeah, he sounds great for me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So yeah, Tony. So you check it out. Go ahead and roll a d6 just so you can see how.
2.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so yeah, it looks. I mean, it's definitely an animal trap. So obviously, it would be. And it has meat on it. So you figure that it does have some kind of intention of catching animals. However, the way it was placed, I mean, if you were trying to catch an animal, you probably wouldn't want to put it right on top of your trapdoor because, it might fall in the trapdoor or something. So it doesn't seem the most logical thing unless you're trying to capture the animal to bring it into the trapdoor or something like maybe. But yeah, it's hard to say. But you think that while it is an animal trap, it's probably more of a protective measure.
Yeah, I let out a very hearty laugh, and I called Thom, motioned for him to come over, and I say, look at this, Thom. Someone gonna use an animal trap to cover up a trap door, thinking that people like us wouldn't know better.
Yes, when you and I, Piedras, have eyes like hawks, they're fools. So this is curious.
Yeah, you also would probably all notice at this point, because now the sun's coming up, it's getting brighter, that if you continue to look to the south, you see what looks to be farming land. Like it looks like it's fields, like for farming. Although nothing's really growing because it's the winter, but you can see the way it's cleared and there's like some fencing and stuff. It looks like that's probably another 1,000 yards to the south, but you start to see like what are the fields of a farm. So this is probably on the outskirts of the farm.
I don't know about everyone else, but this has got my curiosity up too much, kind of like those lynxes. I just have to know what's under this trap door.
Yeah, let's try to pry it open if we can. I'm curious as well.
Beats being out here in the elements.
Agreed, definitely.
Yeah, it's not like locked or anything, so you can pretty easily just pull. I mean, it's trapdoor, but it doesn't have a hinge or anything. It's just like over a pit essentially. So you're able to just like lift it and pull it off and look down. And what you see is basically earthen tunnel. Looks like it drops down like maybe 8 to 10 feet, and then it drops down into passageways that look like they run to the south and to the south west. But it looks like it's like a dug earthen tunnel. It's tall enough to walk in. So it's pretty big, but it's definitely like earth as opposed to like stone building.
Wow, what do you think? Do you think some people may have been staying here or something?
Probably so. It is quite cold out. Going to be a bad shelter.
I'll take dirt over snow any day.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I guess, Diana, you could light up that torch and we could at least go down and then take a close look.
Yeah, I'll take the torch I threw into the trap. And if it's any good, I'll light it up and
Yeah, it's fine.
okay, cool. Light that torch up and head into the tunnel, not the tornel.
Cool. All right, so you jump down, and like I say, it's about 8 or 10 feet down, and then you can see so basically you're down, and then you have to kind of like duck a little bit, and you look into it, and you can see that there's a tunnel going to the south and one to the south west rather. I got the map turned outside, so sorry. It's weird to you. You would notice because you've probably been in enough dungeons and stuff to know that it seems strangely dark. Like you get a little bit of a creepy feeling when you're in this tunnel. And it's a little bit warm, interestingly enough. It's not super warm, but it's definitely warmer. Probably because it's underground, and maybe that your theories of being underground to stay warm could be true. But definitely it's warmer than outside, and it's very, very dark and a little creepy.
Well, I'll take
Are there
one
any
over
walls?
creepy.
Yeah, are there any wall scones?
No.
Okay.
This looks almost like did it ever jump down?
Hold on.
Yeah, I'll jump down right after her.
Did any of the rangers jump down?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go down as soon as I get down. I'm gonna readjust my shield.
There's a ranger. All right,
I'm
so
going to
yeah,
go last.
nice. It would be immediately clear to the rangers, and the other guys can roll if you want, but I'm sure the rangers will probably say it out loud. That this looks almost like it was dug by animals. So there's no sconces. It just looks like dug dirt, almost like a giant weasel or something. But there's no way a weasel could be that big.
And it's pretty tight quarters, you said?
Yeah, they're let's see, roughly circular in shape. Oh no, actually they're pretty big. After you go past the initial entrance part and you walk down a little bit, it actually opens up, and they're almost like we'll call them like tubes, like in shape. They're round, with a diameter of almost 15 feet. So actually they're pretty big once you get like a little bit deeper into it. So it starts out being tight, but then it opens up.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, but yeah, you got plenty of space.
My sword's going to be a lot more effective.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you could go to the south, directly to the south, or you could go to the southwest if you want to explore further. Your torch seems to not penetrate the darkness as much as you would hope it would, so you can't see too far in front of you. In fact, with only one torch, the people in the back are actually kind of in the dark, which wouldn't normally be the case. You normally one torch would light up the whole party, but you do seem to notice that it's very, very dark in here. Like it's almost like the walls absorb light. So,
Yeah, I look towards Thom, and Thom, do you think you can carry a torch for us to give us a little bit more light at the back too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, but I don't have one on me for whatever it's worth.
Well, I'll give you one and light it up for you. And this is strange. This is kind of a little strange. These tunnels don't appear to be man-made, but a man-made trapdoor into them. Something's not right here.
Yeah, we should definitely be very cautious.
Perhaps perhaps someone was attempting to cover up these tunnels and keep whatever was in here in. Of course, I guess if they can dig tunnels out, then it could have just dug another tunnel out.
True.
Yeah, it's just something not right here.
Vato is going to take a few swings of the sword to sort of warm up. I'll take point.
Okay. Okay, so Vato's up front. Okay, so who's behind you?
I have to use my spear. Could someone else take my torch? Because my spear, I need 2 hands, and I have to use my spear because it's my spear, and I got to use it.
I got a shield and an axe, so I don't have any hands free.
Yeah, I think you can use the spear.
Yeah.
Right?
I would have a
You
long
use the spear
sword
one-handed?
and a torch.
Either 1 or 2 hands. Yeah.
Yeah, you should be able to do one-handed. Maybe two-handed probably would add a damage, but you can use it
You
with
did
I think.
Yeah, if you use it with 2 hands, it does +1 damage. Otherwise, it's a d6, so you can use it with 1 hand.
Yeah.
And also with the spear, I
Can be
think
used either one-handed or 2.
yeah, you're restricted to a 2-handed weapon though, Vato, because I think you have a 2-handed sword. So
I am.
All right.
I believe, and I'm not going to bother to look it up. I'm just going to say it's true because it's like the old D&D that you can also attack for the 2nd rank usually with a spear. So if you're 2nd, you can still attack with a spear, which is kind of nice. So if you go Vato, Diana, and then who's next?
I'll be third.
Yeah, I'll be pulling up the rear.
Okay, and you also have a torch.
Yeah, I got a torch and my longsword. I'll pull that out.
Cool. Nice. Cool. All right. So do you want to head to the south or the southwest? If you're going to walk down further.
So south is basically the only way we can go right now, or
South or southwest? Yeah, basically. You kind of jump down, and this trapdoor seems to be the end, if you will, of like this set of tunnels. And you jump down, you're basically in like you walk a little bit. Like I said, it opens up with these big 15-foot tubes, and you can see that one kind of just keeps going south, and one goes a bit to the southwest. But those are the only directions right now.
I'm gonna start heading south unless anyone has any other concerns.
Cool.
I'll let you lead the way.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just pulling up the rear, so I'll follow.
All right, so you travel down a bit, like 5-10 minutes, and then it actually takes a fairly sharp turn to the left, which would be the east. If you want to keep going that way, you're kind of in a corner essentially. So it turns, and then you travel a bit further, and you actually reach a fork, one going north and south. You've probably traveled for like maybe 15 minutes so far.
While we're walking, I'm just speculating about about these things. Like, oh, maybe it was built by dwarves. Maybe dwarves did this. They like living underground, right?
Maybe you don't see too many.
I'm ignoring you right now.
Well, if it was, they must have been pretty drunk that day.
As we get to the fork, Vato's gonna pull out his single gold coin and flip it.
Nice.
Guys, I think we should go north.
Cool.
Seems legit.
Nice. Cool. So you follow the path north for a little bit, and the tunnel starts to get tighter and tighter. And after about maybe like 5 minutes of walking, you come to what is essentially the end of it. And you can probably figure, I mean, assuming you're kind of keeping track of what you're doing, you haven't traveled that far into this, so you're not probably lost yet, that you're probably close to where you came in, but just off to the side of it. So, you may say that may be like the far northern reaches of this tunnel complex, from what you can tell. Unless you want to try to dig through it or search it further than that, from what you can tell, it looks like it's the end.
I'm gonna look to the rest of my party. What are you guys thinking?
I mean, you're leading the way. We'll follow you. I'm going to follow you.
Well, out of character.
Yeah, again, I'm just pulling up the
breaking
roofs.
up pretty bad. So if someone has a better idea of where to go, otherwise I'm just going to keep you guys in a direction.
Maybe you should try logging out and logging back in. That sometimes helps.
I could try. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go.
Okay, so you said that when we come here, there's like another.
It's basically the end, if you will.
Okay.
You went south, then you went east, and then you went north, and you kind of came to the end of that part of the tunnel. It looks like it got more narrow. So remember, it's like a 15-foot tube, and it kept getting skinnier and skinnier, and then eventually it came to like an end like that.
Right.
So yeah, unless you want to try to dig through it or search more, you essentially are at the end of this passageway, the dead end, if you will.
I'm gonna hold my torch like up, and I'm gonna see if there's maybe another trap door above us or anything.
Cool. No, there's not.
Okay.
Vata's gonna wonder out loud. If this thing looks like it was made by animals, then why are there trapdoors on the entrances?
Yep.
Yeah, like I said before, me and Thom discussed there's something strange about all of this.
Hey, use this
Like-
if you need any more. And cook.
Yeah, like maybe it was put there by people to like keep them from falling in or something. I mean, that would be my best guess. My best bet.
Just be on your best eye. There's something just not right.
Do you guys want to explore the other side of the tunnel, or? I mean, it would be a shame to come this far and have wasted so much time just exploring this, and there'd be nothing here.
Yeah, I think we should. Might as well. Better safe than sorry.
Else, maybe we'll find another trap door that will get us closer to where we need to be, and we'll have avoided a lot of cold.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay staying down here as long as you guys are. It's much better than up there. For
Yeah,
now, at least.
It's definitely much warmer down here.
All right, so I guess we go back around the other way.
Cool. So if you go back to that first, second technically choice that you made, you could continue to go south. And if you do that, then you go a little bit further, and then it makes another kind of hard right hand turn to the east. And then it travels a bit that direction, and there's a Y, like a Y split. And you can pretty much tell from where you are that if you were to take the right of the Y split, it'll probably bring you to that very first intersection that was like this. It'll probably bring you to that part of it. So if you wanted to like basically leave the tunnel system, you would make a right. If you want to keep going deeper into it, you would make basically a left.
Deeper in?
My spear and I say that we can go deeper.
Deeper in.
Cool. All right. So you travel. Everybody roll a d6.
Okay.
Anybody
2.
Can you repeat that, please? Sorry.
just roll a d6 and let me know if you get a 1. You get your aim.
That is a 6.
Tony is AFK. Do you want me to roll for him?
Yeah, please.
He hit a 4.
Nice. All right. So you travel along.
And the roof collapses in and on us, and we all die.
And it's pretty long. I mean, you travel. You have to. How many torches have you got?
I currently have 1 lit, and I have 2 more.
Okay, so you're traveling a bit, and your torch is going to go out. So you're going to have to light a torch, basically. How many? Oh, you didn't have any torches. Tony had them, right? So we don't know how many he has. We'll assume he has at least 1 more. So you're going to have to light a torch even to get back because your torch is basically running.
Yeah. No
Okay.
doubt.
And you've been on kind of a long passageway for a while. And also, as you kind of stop to relight your torch, which I'm assuming that's what you're going to do, go ahead and everybody make a saving throw. And if it's a saving throw It's like a Constitution type saving throw. So if you have any kind of benefit to that because of your class, some do.
I have a +2 versus poison and paralysis.
Yeah, you can have the +2.
Okay.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a saving throw of 11, so
Yep.
I need to make a roll above that, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Natural 1.
Okay.
17.
Oh, good. How's about Tom?
Whenever
sorry.
I've been traveling down a long passageway, I just can't help but feel there's a boulder rolling behind me.
Yeah, I got a 16.
Okay, good. So only the monk so far will return. Oh, Tony, could you make a saving throw when you get a chance?
The save, you say? Okay. Yep, 18 out of 10.
Okay, cool. So everybody except for the monk is fine. Diana, you start to feel a little bit nauseous. Like you're starting to feel like the tunnel's getting to you, a little claustrophobic, a little nauseous. You're the kind of the warm air. You just remember you have like clothes for the outside on, and you're kind of peeling them off, but it's like you feel uncomfortable. And mechanically, you're going to be -2 on all saves and combat rolls until you get some fresh air, basically, from this point on.
Great. No, I'm not feeling well at all, guys. Maybe we should turn back.
Tony, did you have any more torches?
I had 6, I believe, in all.
Okay.
I gave Marcus that 1.
Yeah, okay. So you'd have to give him one more because you're relighting torches now. You've been heading down this one corridor that's very long with no like. I mean, there's probably the occasional like little like thin passages that goes off like cat attack.
Well, we can head back if you guys want, but it seems like kind of a waste.
Yeah, discuss that for a second. I'm just gonna feed my cat.
I like the little cat meow thing.
What's wrong with you, Diana? You're not looking too good.
Well, my mom keeps trying to get in the game, but I keep muting in time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Diana's just Sister Dia. She's just she lets you all know she's feeling rather sick. She doesn't feel well at all.
Yeah, and I look towards Tom and whisper to him, you know, she's been acting a little off ever since she got that spear. You know, it's just not been something right. I wonder if that spear is having some kind of effect on her.
Yeah, perhaps we should keep a closer eye on her than usual. Spear is a little funny. Her attitude's even funnier.
Yeah, she sure don't want anyone else touching it.
Yeah, a bit overprotective of a weapon. Honestly, it's not even that nice.
And when you say that, I hold my shield even tighter and looked at my shield and go, yeah, I know what you mean.
Now that shield, on the other hand, that is a fine shield.
All right, sorry about that, guys. So yeah, you could head back, or you could light torches and continue further. I mean, you don't have to light torches anyways. But...
Diana, do you think you'll be able to continue, or?
If you guys want to continue, I'll definitely continue. My spear and I, we're right here.
I look at Pedros as she mentions the spear again, just giving him a knowing look.
Yep, and I just return the nod.
All right, well, if no one else says anything, I'm going to keep going deeper.
Okay. All right, so you travel along for another bit, like probably close to 10 minutes. Like it's a pretty long way. And again, you probably pass little openings. You kind of stick your torch in. You can see they only go a few feet, so you keep going. And you're moving along. And basically, after about another 10 minutes or so, you actually come to a point where the path continues, but above your head is another trapdoor.
Can you say that
So
again, please?
you can basically see, like, you're going along with a torch, and you can see that there's a hole in the ceiling essentially, and you look up and you can see what is, you put the torch up there. There's a trapdoor up there.
Nice.
We don't have any real way.
Should we open
do
it?
we?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear you either, Vado.
So we don't have any. It's like 15 feet up then.
Yeah, roughly.
I can. Well, if someone has a really long weapon, they could poke it open.
I look at you and go, you've got a spear.
Well, I don't want to damage my spear.
And then I
Spear will
look
not
back
be
towards
damaged.
Thom.
The spear will not be damaged, Diana. I promise you. It looks really well made. And I kind of smirk over at Piedras as I say that.
Yeah, it's a really nice spear. It feels really good in my hand. All right, I guess I guess I can use my spear to open up the trapdoor, and I'll lightly tap the door with my spear.
Okay. Yeah, so you tap it. It's wood. I mean, it's pretty heavy. But yeah, I mean, you feel like you'd be able to move it with some effort.
Okay. I'll push my spear against it and like just start opening it up.
I'll go ahead and roll a d4.
Is it everyone or
One.
just her?
A 1? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so actually you're able to move it pretty easy. It's just a very, it's very light. It's kind of like a, where the other trapdoor is like more of a heavy duty trapdoor with the thing on top. This one, like, almost like they just laid a few pieces of wood on there. So you're looking at it and you push, and like one of the pieces of wood just comes away. So you kind of hit a few of them, and you clear the hole pretty simply.
Sounds like there's cats outside.
Yeah, lots of them. So yeah, you look up and you can see the sun.
Someone want to give me a boost, maybe?
Yeah, I'll give you a boost. Just be
Okay.
careful with that spear.
Of course, yeah. No, I mean nothing's gonna hurt my spear.
What? Put together.
So mechanically, I don't know how that works if I'm trying to
Hold
give
on
her
one
a
second.
boost up.
You can just give her a boost.
Okay.
I'm sure that's not gonna be a big deal. So yeah, you're a big guy. You can kind of whatever. She gets up onto you on your shoulders, or you just stand there and she climbs up. And yeah, you're able to climb.
Okay.
It's not so far. I mean, it's far enough that you'd have to make some effort, but I'm sure with a little bit of time you could probably get up there, no problem. When you poke your head up, and you're basically at the edge of, or in the center of, I should say, a field, like a farm, the farm fields that you had seen to the south. Now you've moved far enough that you're basically you're in a field, and you're looking around, and you see that probably like another maybe like 1,500, 2,000 yards. So that's like almost like a mile. So like almost a mile away, you can see what looks to be a pretty decent sized farmhouse, and you can also see. Actually, I'll show you the map. That's a lot easier. Let's see. Let's see if I can screen share here. See that now, right? So you're basically right here.
Just realized that I had a rope with a grappling hook.
Oh yeah, so do I. Wow.
That's useful. Well, this is, I mean, yeah, you
Got
can.
mud on my
maybe
shoulders for
So yeah, so you poke your head up and you can see you're like right here, and you see what is a relatively large farmhouse, and you see some smaller outbuildings, tree obviously. You see water. These are hills. By the way, this is like over here. Basically, you camped like around here. Just to,
Okay. There's a farmstead down the road. It looks really clear. I'm lowering down a rope so you guys can climb up now. And is there a tree or something I can tie the other end of the rope around?
There's some loose fencing, because around each one of these parts of the field, so you could probably, well, actually it's not that close. You probably just have to stand up there and hold the rope. That should be easy enough to do. Or stick the spear in the ground and wrap the rope around it.
I'm not. No. I'm not gonna damage my spear. I'll Can I wedge the grappling hook between the trap door and like where you know, like it's like where it's on the ground? Can I kind of like wedge my grappling hook there and toss the rope down?
Sure.
Okay.
Once you find something to jam it into, sure, it wouldn't be that difficult. Maybe a big
there's that weird noise again in the woods.
Speaking of weird noises in the woods, let's see.
Oh God.
So, as you're doing that, actually, let me just roll something here. Oh no. Fortunately for you, you weren't really paying attention, so they got pretty close to you, but you turn at the right moment, so you're not surprised mechanically. You see. Let's see. Oh no, the wrong thing. What looks like. It's basically. I guess you could say they're people, but they're horribly disfigured, and they've got. They're not wearing much clothes for the first part, and you can see tons of scarring on them, and one of them has 3 arms, the extra arms coming out of his chest, and the other one is actually only has 1 leg, but kind of in the center, and she's like hopping on the leg. And they're kind of coming at you in what would be considered an aggressive manner. So we're going to roll initiative. And depending on how much you beat them by...
Is initiative D6?
Yeah, assuming you beat them at all. Depending on how much you beat them by is whether or not I'll let you put the rope down and attack them this round, or if you have to put the rope this round.
Okay.
So...
am I trying to roll high because I rolled a 6?
Yeah, so did they. So okay, so it's simultaneous. So they're coming at you as you're about to put the rope down. So you could either stick the rope in the ground, or you can try to fight these things off. But I'll still let you go first. There's 2 of them.
I'll throw the rope in the ground. Hurry up!
Okay.
Someone's after my spear.
Yes, you're jamming this rope, but you're like, hurry up, hurry up. You're jamming the rope in the ground, and these 2 things kind of, one's hopping, and the other one with the 3 arms is flailing them around, and they're going to attack you. Let's see. The severed ones. 2 attacks.
Everything all right up there?
So
they're after my spear. Hurry!
I just look at Thom and go, "It comes sooner than later for losing our mind."
Yeah, it was only a matter of time. Suppose we should help.
Ooh. Okay, so your AC is 5. Alright, so they need. Oh boy, no, yeah. The guy with 2 arms hits you once, and then the woman with only 1 leg hits you twice. Apparently, having 3 arms makes you less able to hit people. He's flailing around like a maniac, but the 1-legged lady is like, she's just on it. You know, she just comes at you.
Single track mind.
So yeah, they're not. Construction parts.
They hit me for damage?
Yeah, they're gonna hit you. They firstly attack all intruders. I'm trying to see what their attack is. Oh, slam. Okay, so they just hit you with their hands. So yeah, you get slammed twice. Once by the dude, which does 2 points of damage, and then the lady hits you for 1 point and 5 points. Oosh.
Oh,
That second one really digs into you.
Yeah. So you hear like
So 7. Okay, cool. Yeah, so there's 2 of these things up there on you, and everybody else can roll initiative too to see how where you fall in the initiative. Climbing up.
And which die is that?
That's a D6.
I'm on a 5.
Cool.
Out of 1.
I think I have a dex bonus, though. I don't know if that's added in Swords and Wizardry.
I don't think so. Actually, I think it's side initiative.
I
In
have
Swords.
a 1 as well.
Yeah, just for the matter of climbing up the rope. That's basically the order you're going to climb up the rope. Like that's how who move the quickest. So basically, Thom, you move the quickest. so you can climb up first if you want. You can move now if you want. It's
Okay.
around.
I get within striking range. I'm assuming I'll have ditched the torch at the bottom of the rope.
Yeah, if you drop your torch and like kind of shove your sword in your back or whatever, or
Yeah.
your side, whatever you use, so that you can climb up this round. That's pretty much all you're gonna be able to do.
Okay, cool.
You'll be able to attack as well because it's kind of going to be a weird
Would I
climb.
be able to take the sword out when I got to the top, or would I have to wait?
You can rearm yourself.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
And I think one of the person will be able to do it this round for sure, and still be able to arm themselves. So whoever wants to go next, and then the third person at the bottom is going to have to wait, just because of the logistics of climbing up a single rope.
Yeah, I'll let Vado go because I'm busy taking my time, putting my shield on my back and getting ready to climb.
Okay. So Bill, you can also climb this round if you'd like, and be ready for the next one.
I will do so.
And that's it. So let's roll initiative at the top again.
Adria's down in the tunnel. Gosh, she's faking this so bad. I'm going to be so mad when I get up there. Think that she's just faking all this crap.
Yeah.
Oh, great. I got a 1.
Okay, so they're going to go first again. So the 3-armed dude swings at you. Oh, he misses twice. He's terrible. And then the one-legged lady swings and also misses you twice. So yeah, I think they charge pretty aggressively, but now that they're on you, they just you're moving or dodging or whatever. You're more aware now that you're done messing with the rope. So go ahead and make your attack if you'd like. There's 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, of course I'm going to have to swing with my spear. Hold on, don't I get like a +2 to hit because of my increases damage when using a weapon?
Yeah, damage for a monk.
Okay, so it just increases my damage, so I'm at -1 to that spear.
Okay.
Spear flies true and straight, I say, as I jab at the 3-armed man with a 9.
All right, so his AC is actually 3.
Yeah, so no, I don't hit that at all. He just kind of like spins out of the way of the spear very easily.
It's almost like it's so awkward that he's hard to hit.
Mm-hmm.
He's just flailing around. Okay.
I feel like I'd be pretty awkward if I had 3 arms too.
Okay, sorry, I'm coughing here. Okay, so that's that round. So let's roll the next round, and in this next round, the 2 that got to the top can fight as well. So it is side initiative. So just roll 1. Crystal can just roll 1. For everybody.
2.
Okay, so they're still gonna.
Oh, it's better than 1.
Nice. All right, so they roll a 5, so they're gonna go first. But now there's 2 more of you up there, so I think they're gonna consider attacking other people as well. Yeah, actually, they like the newcomers. So the first one's going to go after. So the 3-armed man is going to go after Tom, and Tom's AC is 6. So they need a hit you. So hit you once for 6 points of damage. Draw your sword, and this guy has one of his 3 arms at you.
Were we at full hit points from last time?
Yeah, it was on.
Sweet.
Am I the only one like imagining some Futurama event in my head where like mutants are like just coming up and slapping the shit out of us?
So it seems like it's happening. So the other, the one-legged lady sees the big fighter come up, Lato, and decides that you're a good target for her. So she swings at you. Oosh. You're also AC 6, so she actually hit you twice. Once with a 20, but there's no critical hits in this, so luckily. Oh, and only for a total of 5 points of damage. So yeah, you get up there and you draw your sword, and you see this lady with the one leg hop at you and just come at you like that.
How much damage do I take?
5 points total. So one and 4.
Can you say that again, please? You cut out.
And I'm assuming that Pedros is going to climb this round, Tony?
Yeah, when I get up to the top, I might get up to the top and see what's actually going on. He just goes, oh, good Lord, this is worse than the ice trolls I used to have to deal with. And I'm going to pull my shield out, and this time I'm pulling out my bastard sword. If I can do all that on this turn.
Yeah, if you climb up, that's pretty much all you can do. So yeah, you climb to the top, ready your weapon, while the other two are engaging the other three are engaging the creatures. So nobody's going to do a missile attack, right? You're all in melee combat. You all have swords out. So
Yes.
you can go ahead and resolve melee. I guess I'll just go left to right just to make it easier. So Crystal, Diana, you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll attempt to go first. Nope. I'm trying to stab at that one-legged woman, and I stab at the missing leg by mistake.
Okay. Yeah, so you're like at the top of this pit, and you're just all like trying to jam each other with weapons, and you just can't quite get to her. So how about Tom?
I want to attack the guy with my longsword who hit me.
Nice.
Or I'll try to. A 3.
Yeah, 3 probably doesn't hit.
+1, so 4.
No. How about Vato?
All right. So you said the one with one leg came after me.
Yeah, she's like basically you're like right at the edge of the pit. You pull your sword out, and she comes charging at you, and she's like attacking you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to remove her leg.
Oh, nice.
So, if I see here that I get against creatures of 1 hit dice or less, a fighter makes 1 attack per level per round.
Yeah, she's more than that. She's 5 hit dice.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
But yeah, these guys are.
That is a 1. So
You do not remove her leg.
darn it. I removed some snow from the grass.
You probably swing and hit the ground. Yeah, probably. You knock some snow up and dirt up into your friend's eyes, and they're all blinded. No,
This dice fired.
Yeah. So yeah, you missed clearly. This is. Oh, by the way, didn't do it yet. I'm supposed to. There's a mechanic in here for horror. We'll do it after. I'm supposed to do it when you first get into the fight.
That's why I mess with my spirit, because dirt flew into my eyes.
Yeah, because these things. Everybody make a saving throw. Now that you get a full realization of what these things are.
And I failed this one.
Okay, by how much?
1.9 out of 10.
I rolled a 1.
Oh, good. Okay, nice.
What
Whether I passed or not depends on if I get my +2 versus paralyzed or poison.
No, this is a horror.
Okay, I failed.
I got a 15.
Okay, so you passed. But how much did you fail, Crystal?
I rolled a 13. I had 12.
Okay, so by 1.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you passed.
You pass.
Save is over.
Oh, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it confused me because I got a +2. So I did pass. I'm sorry.
+2 to your actual save.
To my roll. Yeah, Yeah, my brain was thinking about it. I told you, my brain today. It's not. I don't know. For some reason, it's just not there.
Okay, so since you missed it by less than 5, you get to roll on the minor horror table.
Oh.
Okay. When I got to
roll
roll
a d12.
a d12. Ooh, okay.
I haven't even read these yet, so we'll see what they.
Man, we don't even use them hardly. 8.
8. Shake, dog, shake. You tremble in terror, but struggle on. -2 on all rolls but you're still in the game. So -2 on all rolls. So you're -2 on all rolls.
Okay.
And it lasts 1d10 rounds or until taking damage. So 7 rounds. So probably this whole combat or until you take damage. So you'll be -2 on all rolls until you take damage. Somebody fumbled though. You get to roll on the madness table. So Marcus, go ahead and roll me a d12.
Yeah.
You like being crazy.
Okay.
Call Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah. I'm just used to it, I think.
Yeah, I think.
A 2.
2.
Hmm.
Insomnia. You can't get enough sleep. On awakening, roll a d12. 1d6, no game effects. 7 through 12, no gain of rest. Oh, that sucks. Okay,
Damn.
so you have to, every time you rest, you have to roll a d12. If you get 7 through 12, then you don't get the effects of the rest. So no healing, basically, would be the only main thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Your spell gosh, that was
Well, I know who's taking watch tonight.
Yeah.
You should roll before you go to bed so you can say, oh, I can't sleep. So
Yeah, exactly.
you can do that so you can actually use it to your advantage.
Yeah, it sounds good.
All right, cool. Why not? Gotta use things as you can, right? All right, so back to the combat. So let's next round. Let's roll a d6 for initiative. If you want to roll, Crystal, they got a 6. Wow, this guy's rolling high. This is pretty terrifying.
I got 6 as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, you can go first. If it ties up, try to go first. So, is anybody doing a missile attack or a spell? No, right? So everybody's melee.
Unless I can throw my sword.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm checking on my spear because it's so good.
So again, I'll just go left and right to keep things easy. So go ahead and Diana, go ahead and make your attack. Who you're attacking? And how you doing?
I was attacking the one-legged woman, but that one leg thing has me really confused, and I miss again.
It's hard to hit a one-legged woman.
I yell over to her, "Quit swinging for the other leg!"
Tom,
I'm gonna try to hit this guy again. This time a 17 plus 1, so
Nice.
18. Yeah. Let's see, 6 damage.
nice. This is the guy with the multiple arms.
Actually 7 because it's a longsword plus 1, right? So yeah.
I think if you use 2 hands, it's plus 1, which you probably are. Nice. Cool. Yeah, you take a big chunk out of it, like it goes into like his shoulder, and one of the 3 arms stops flailing.
Yes.
Well done. And how about Vato?
Vato. All right. I'm sorry. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to once again try to remove the leg, and that's a lot better. That's an 18 plus.
That definitely is.
Okay. Cool. So that's 1d10.
If you do at least 7 points of damage, you can take the leg off.
Oh yes. Come on. Okay, that is a 5 plus 2. That's 7.
7. All right. Boom.
Woo!
Chop her leg right off and she falls into the ground. Surprisingly, she's still moving. And less blood comes out than you would have thought chopping somebody's leg off, but she drops to the ground and now she's just like... and I'm going to say she's only going to get 1 attack now because she's going to use her arm to move herself around and she'll attack now with the 1 hand. So, well done. And
I'm going to look at Diana and go, there, now you can just hit the body.
No, she's going to keep attacking the leg. So, all right, so Vidrus, what would you like to do? You see a...
Yeah, I see these abominations that we have never dealt with before, and as I start just shaking, and they may think it's from the cold, but I'm shaking in this fear and trembling for just a moment, and I see this 3-armed deal that's trying to take Thom down, and I just think I've got to help him. He looks like he needs some help as I'm moving and holding this shield and just moving with this bastard sword up above my shoulders. I come in and swing at this thing. Yeah, that's probably not going to hit. Another hit like on class 6?
No. This
And that's bad because that would have been max damage too.
Yeah, they've got decent armor class, even though they're not wearing anything, because they're obviously constructs or some kind of magical creature running around. Obviously, with the 3 arms and the 1 leg, they're obviously a magical creature. Let me state the obvious. Okay, so they're going to attack. All right, so you moved up on that guy. So he's going to be 50-50 chance to attack you or Tom. He's going to actually still attack Tom. And hits once, I think. Your armor class is... six. Sorry. He needs, yeah, he just barely hit you. So he hits you with one of his arms for 4 points of damage. The other arm misses. And the woman only gets 1 attack now. She's going to actually either go after Vato or Diana. She's going to go after Vato with her 1 arm. Ooh, 18 is going to hit you, though. So you chop her leg off, and she falls to the ground. She grabs some dirt in front of her and just lunges forward with her hand and tries to claw you.
Ah!
She goes right for your crotch and does 5 points of damage.
Oh, Jesus. Hands off the family jewels, lady.
She, like, jumps in. And next round, initiative. 4 on their side. It's 3 rounds. Oh, do you take damage, Tom? No, you haven't taken damage, so you still have the...
3.
Okay. All right,
3.
there we go. Cool. All right, so I think they're going to stay on the people they're attacking because that would make the most sense since they're going right away again. So the guy's going to go after Tom again with 2 arms attacks. He hits once. Ooh, 8 points of damage.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I'm
serious.
feeling it.
And then the one-armed woman that's on your crotch gets a 19.
Oh, Jesus.
19 crotch. All right, so there we go. And 6 points of damage. Oh, that's also hurting. It really.
How much damage?
6, I believe.
I'm not feeling good, guys.
Enjoying the hand? Are you enjoying the hand job?
That is the roughest hand job anybody has ever had in an
It
RPG.
could be a little bit smoother, honestly.
All right, so
I'm a monk. I don't know how these things work.
okay, so let's okay, again I'll go left to right. So Crystal, Diana, go ahead and do what you gotta do. You got 1 3-armed guy and 1 lady with no legs.
Yeah, so I'm fairly sure this lady has an invisible leg, and I'm trying to find it, and I keep missing.
I put you standing down at where she was, but she lunged forward so quick on him that yeah. So Tom, you've got this 3-armed guy. 1 arm is incapacitated right now, but he still seems to be doing some heavy damage to you.
Oh yeah. Try to bring him down. 15 total.
That is, sure.
Okay, and 9 points of damage.
Yeah, does. You only need a 14 to. Okay, 9 points of damage. Oh wow, nice.
Yes.
Okay, he stumbles back. Now only one of his arm, the one in the center of his chest, is the only one that's working. So he's also going to only have 1 attack from this point on.
Good.
And Vato, you have this this woman with no legs on you.
Okay. Man, I really hate clingy dates. So can I ask you a question? So how's this person, I assume it was a person at some point, how are they looking? You know, I know it's magical and all, but is it looking like it's pretty ragged or?
It's missing a leg. It doesn't. These things aren't acting any differently, even though they're taking. Even the guy with his arm chopped off. So yeah, you can't. You look like you're doing a decent amount of damage to it, but it's hard to really say.
Okay, well I'm gonna try to turn her off then and try to basically just split her head in 2.
Okay.
See here. That is +2, 17.
Yeah, that should do it.
Okay. And that's a D10. I roll off the table. 6 damage.
Nice. You bring your sword down. Probably because it's a 2-handed sword, you probably can't really actually get a proper swing at her because she's on your crutch. So maybe you use the pommel or something, and you slam down, and you do in fact crack her skull directly in half, and you feel the grip loosen on your crotch. And she falls to the ground, not moving.
Vato lets out a very relieved sigh.
And Pedros.
Yeah, I see this thing that is on Thom, and it's just waylaying into him so much, and I'm still trembling a little bit from seeing this and not believing it, as I swing this bastard sword even harder. And as I do, it goes right across the top of this thing and almost hits Thom as I roll a natural 1.
Right. Okay. All right. So there's 1 thing left, and it's a construct, so it's not going to run. So let's roll initiative. He's got a 4.
4 as well?
1. Okay, you can go first. So he's got to, and you go ahead. You act first.
Okay, I'm going to run over to the other one since the lady is now dead. That's my movement.
Yeah,
Go ahead and
you're
do...
close enough that you can move and attack. Yeah, you're all in.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I have switched die, so hopefully that will help. Because I've seriously not rolled above 10 with that other one. It helped a lot. Natural 20.
Nice, that hits.
Finally. Is there any crit rolls in Swords and Wizardry?
No, just always.
So 5 damage total.
5 damage. Nice. You run up with the spear and you right through its head probably and pull it back and the thing drops to the ground.
No, wait, actually, it would, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. It dies anyway, but it would have actually been a total of 7 damage. But
okay, it dies even more.
Its brains actually came out on the other side of the spear. Ew, its brains got all over my spear.
Yes, you were able to. With 7 points, you were probably so clean in your attack that your spear comes out clean. It was so fast in and out. So yeah, this thing drops to the ground. Both of them, no longer moving.
I'm just standing there trembling.
Yeah, you are for 3 more runs.
I don't even notice. I just ripped the shirt off of the 3-armed guy and I start cleaning the blood off my spear really quickly. I got to keep this thing pristine.
Okay. Yeah, you're cleaning off your.
And I'm doing it, and it's like as Veto looks at me, he sees that I'm cleaning the spear in an up and down motion really quickly.
What's that? I'm sorry.
As you look at me cleaning my spear, I'm doing it really quickly in an up and down motion on the shaft of my spear, cleaning the blood off of it.
See, that's the proper technique, not what she was doing.
Oh boy! And now I have to edit this video. Thanks, Gus.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, everybody roll a d6.
Yeah.
Tom throws up a little bit. He's probably really wounded.
I had a 3.
Get a 5.
5.
Not doing very well either, guys.
Would you get on your d6 roll, Lavato?
Oh, I have a 3. Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, as you're, I lost my table as to who you're going to, but you see somebody approaching you, but they're pretty close to you by the time you notice them. You didn't succeed. So they're kind of walking up to you, and I just have to see.
My grip tightens on my sword again.
I mean, it's a person, but it's not sure which person it is. It's not a dragon.
People are the worst kind of monsters.
That's what they all say until they encounter a dragon.
Okay, it looks like a young girl, but she's running towards you, or approaching you. At first, she's approaching you. She's running quickly. She's not running towards you, I should say, because you probably wouldn't notice that. She's approaching you pretty quickly. She's being followed by, although it's clearly like with her, like not being chased by, a wolf, and she is, she's like a 12-year-old girl, like a little girl basically, and she's running up. She's got at first she's not, she's like kind of got boyish clothes on. She's like farmer like outfit, but she has like curls. I tell it's a girl, and she seems to run up, and as soon as she notices that you notice her, maybe 20 feet away or something, and this wolf is like a little bit further back, she says, "Oh my word! You were attacked by the creatures. It's not safe out here."
Are you looking for your granny's house?
My house is back there. The woods are dangerous, especially in the winter. She's looking around.
Yeah, we kind of figured.
Are there any more of those things?
No, I'm pretty sure I got them all. They were trying to steal my spear, so I couldn't let them do that.
Oh.
You got them all, Miss can't find a leg?
Yeah, I got them all by myself. You guys didn't help at all. That's unmonk-like. I had some help from my companions, of course.
Wow, you must be very brave. I just run when I see them coming. Luckily, I have my dog, Born. And she motions to the wolf. And she says, "You look like you need some medicine or something. Do you want to come back? Maybe my sister can help you. She's good with those things."
That would be very beneficial to us. We've been traveling for a long time.
Yeah, and I look towards Thom, and yes, Thom, I think you need a good rest. You're not looking too well.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too well. I don't really feel much like sleeping.
Well, it would be unkind for us not to take in strangers, especially in the dead of winter. Come with me. And she says, "I'm Hannah. Who are you?" And she asks her your names. You're willing to tell them.
Anna, huh? My name is Vato.
I'm Sister Dia of the Cerulean Island monks.
They call me Pedrus.
Nice to meet you. She bows a little
And
bit.
Tom, also a ranger.
Ah. No wonder why you were able to survive out in this wilderness. Big, strong ranger.
Well, I owe it all to Pedrus. He's a bit older and wiser than I am.
Yes, my daddy says to respect your elders. Come with me. And she turns and starts walking towards that farmhouse that you see. It's almost a mile away, but it's it's a path, so you can easily walk. He kind of just walks ahead of you with this wolf kind of off to the side. If you want to ask her anything or engage her in a conversation, she will. Otherwise, she's pretty quiet. She's just like humming.
There's no one at the house that's going to try and steal my spear, is there?
No, we don't steal.
That's good.
Surprised those creatures were trying to steal that. I always thought they just ate children.
Well, I'm pretty sure they were after my spear. I mean, who wouldn't want to be after my spear? It's a really nice spear, isn't it, guys?
I'm going to stay 10 feet behind the party and just kind of observe and watch the wood lines and stuff in case something happens.
Okay.
Vato's walking pretty bow-legged.
I'm hanging back with Beatrice.
He's not feeling too good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk to the farm with no other incidents. I mean, and now it's the it's morning. It's probably like 10 o'clock in the morning now, and like I said, she doesn't really say much unless you talk to her. She's just kind of she's a kid. She's like skipping and picking up a stone every once in a while and throwing it. And this wolf is while it's technically a wark, it's a big wolf. While it's pretty ferocious looking, it doesn't seem to give you any kind of trouble. It just kind of stays. It's obviously a pet. It's pretty clear to you.
Oh, I can speak with animals. I'm going to talk to the wolf and say in wolf, which translates roughly to how often do those things come around?
So the wolf, go ahead and roll like what's your charisma? Actually, roll reaction.
9. Oh wait, hold on. My reaction.
Yes, a reaction modifier.
I don't guess. I have a charisma of 9. I can hire 4 max.
Okay.
Guys, I don't see a charisma modifier. I probably don't because it's 9, like I
Yeah,
said.
it's 9. It's like average charisma, so I'll just roll. Keep it. Cool. All right, I'm just rolling a reaction. Let me just see. And I also just want to check out what exactly how the spell works. But yeah, from what it rolled, it's kind of a neutral reaction to you, so it's probably going to talk to you a little bit. I just want to see how much it can talk to you.
Okay. So does it tell me how often those things come around, or?
I'm checking. So
okay.
I'm looking at the you probably can't talk to
Yeah, I'm looking at the charisma chart. It says 9 to 12. Maximum number of hirelings 4. That's all it says. I don't see anything about any kind of modifiers.
Okay, let's cast it. Okay, yeah. So it tells you. Yes, they seem to live around here. I see them always. But it doesn't give an exact time. Well, time. It just knows it says that they're around a lot, basically.
I speak to it and I say, and translating to you do a good job at protecting your friend.
It says thank you. Thank you. She is my friend.
I just nod.
Vato's gonna look back at the 2 rangers with the what the fuck face going on.
Yeah, I just shrug. I'm just...
From his perspective, watching this monk slowly descend into madness.
Just shake your head and keep walking.
That damn spear.
Okay, so you head back to the house, and as you're heading towards the house, once you're kind of relatively close, like any kid, she starts yelling out, Some people came. We have visitors. Some people. They need help." So nothing seems to, like, nobody really seems to reply at first. Like, you don't hear anything. But by the time you approach the door of the house, there's a young woman, probably like in her early 20s, late teens, standing in the doorway, very attractive, and she sees you, and she basically says, "Oh wow, what happened? Come in, come in." And then she kind of pulls the door open so you can walk into the house if you want.
I'll pull my spear close to me as I walk in.
Thank you for the hospitality. We need food and drink, and if you have any kind of herbs or things I can make a poultice for my friends here. They've been injured by some unknown creatures in the wood.
Oh yes, the woods are very dangerous. So you enter into so the first room is basically like a entry, like a foyer kind of entry. Post descriptions here. Entrance. Small room with tombs. Yeah, it's like an entrance area. When you first walk in, there's like an entrance. You can see some like warm clothes and stuff hanging on the wall. There's another door directly in front of you. She hears you say that, and she says, "Oh, good. Come this way, then we'll get you some food." Okay. So she brings you in through this door and into a hallway. Hallway has a door leading to the east, which is actually the door that she's going to bring you through. And if you kept going straight, so north-south hallway, there's a doorway to the east. You came in from the south. There's a doorway to the east, which she quickly walks through and kind of ushers you through. Right across from it is another doorway that you quickly notice it's pretty obvious that it has a big lock on it. And to the north is a staircase going up. You can see in this hallway too, there's like various like hunting trophies, like animals' heads, like on the wall. There's a whole bunch of those. But she brings you quickly into what is a dining room. Most of this room is occupied by a massive oak table. 10 sturdy chairs around it. 2 of them are larger, probably for the parents. On the east wall is a rack of earthenware plates and mugs, as well as some finer mugs. And there's some tapestries on the wall. So it's kind of like a nice dining room. And she motions for you guys to sit down there, and she'll try to get you some food. And she introduces herself as Gerda.
We thank you very much, Gerga. Gerga, how often do those creatures that tried to steal my spear, how often do they come around?
What kind of creatures? Were they the spiders? Those things are dangerous.
I know. No, it was these things with one guy had 3 arms and one girl had only 1 leg. She was very mobile though.
She now has 0 legs, but that's besides the point.
Wow. You survived an attack from the The weirdos? You must be powerful warriors. They don't usually come close to the house, though, because we keep the lights on. They usually only
so they're-
about children.
Must be a well. Yes. So, how long have they been around? I mean, have they been around for as long as you can remember, or
Ever since they started feeding the cows antibiotics.
feeding the cows antibiotics?
Big pharma.
Yeah, as long as I remember, there was always tales of them, but I've only seen them once in my life, and it was terrible. It was a man with a fox's head.
Wow, that's scary.
That's not normal.
So they've been increasing then in number.
Yes. Well, they're getting more bold, I think, because the crops have not been good lately in the last several years. I think the weather patterns are changing, global warming and all that.
While they're having this conversation about what's going on at the moment, I'm gonna stand up and just go. I need to stretch for just a moment. My legs are tired, and I just want to go to both adjacent rooms. And what I'm looking for is, do I see any weapons that are maybe hanging on walls, or any weapons in the corners, or anything that would indicate they have protection?
Okay, so the room that you're in has a door that you came through, which is on the west wall. There's also a door on the east wall that you haven't been through, and it's closed. And there's a door on the north, but it's open, and you can see into that. That's a kitchen. So if you want to walk in there, you could.
Yeah, I would definitely walk.
Closed
Take
door
a step or two in it.
Yeah, it might be weird for you to walk through the closed door, but certainly if you want to walk into the kitchen or back through the door you came from, you could probably try that without.
Yeah, with two open doors. Yeah, two open door rooms I would walk into. I'm just trying to get an observation. Do I see any weapons that are hanging, or any weapons that they would have, or the adults?
Gotcha. Yeah, so you maybe you first like stand up and you're stretching. You walk towards the kitchen because that's probably the most obvious place to look because the door's wide open. And the kitchen has a huge fire stove, oven. There's a young man in the kitchen who is cooking. It's full of cooking utensils, pots of all sizes. You can see dried sausages and vegetables and hanging from the rafters. There's foodstuffs in boxes, sacks of flour. I mean, you see some knives and stuff, but you don't see like weapons. And when you kind of wander back into the hallway that you started in, well, the very first entry, but the hallway, no, you don't see any weapons hanging there. You see these like hunting trophies. So you'll see like a moose's head, whatever, a fairy's head, whatever they hunted in the local area. They see various animals' heads on trophy things.
Okay.
Not anything really out in the open, anyways.
But you said there was a guy standing in the kitchen. though. Did I hear that right?
There is a guy standing in the kitchen. Yep.
I'm going to speak to him then. Is he a youngster too?
Yep. He's also young. He is a. So you poke your head in the kitchen and.
Well met, young man. I guess these are your sisters here.
Yep, so he turns towards you and he says, yes, nice to meet you. I am Jorn. You look at him, he's probably like 15, 16 years old. He's a teenager. You do see that he has like a leather apron, like a butcher apron, basically. And he's chopping up some meat to cook. He's making a stew or something. It looks like. He's around the kitchen. What's anything that's interesting about him? Yeah, I mean, he's basically just cooking. You see lots of, like I said, herbs and things. You see like some butcher knives and stuff, and he's cutting some stuff up. But you don't see like swords or spears or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, there's certain things you could use as a weapon, but not weapons.
I'm going to go back. When I go back in the room, I'm going to go up to Thom and whisper in his ear. I'm just going to whisper, something's out of place here. If they've got these creatures in the woods, I haven't noticed any type of weapons. There's no bows, there's no swords or anything around. Something just don't feel right, just to let you know.
Yeah, Tom will probably be, covering his wounds or whatever, kind of grabbing his side, but he'll lift up his his cloak a bit, and you'll see a dagger, and he'll just kind of nod.
Okay, so basically, Hannah goes into while you guys are all talking. Hannah and Gerda go into the kitchen, and so basically they leave you in this room by yourself in the dining room, and they all go into the kitchen. It seems like they're like preparing like some bandages or herbs to put onto your wounds, while the boy is cooking some food, and they're like starting to prepare it for you.
Yeah, while they
go
go,
talking amongst themselves, but they're not really talking super loud. They're just like general conversation.
yeah, while they're away from us, I would go to also to Diana and Veto and share that information with them about. I just have an uneasy feeling about something's out of place here, and share the same information I just did with Tom.
I agree.
I believe.
Good.
I believe you. I believe you worry too much. They haven't tried to distill my spear yet.
No, not yet.
There's definitely something off about this place. They seem very well off for being so far out of the way.
Yeah, and as much as they speak of these creatures and things that are in the woods, that wolf can't be the only thing that protects them.
Well, I mean, it's possible they have weapons out in another tool house or something.
You wouldn't want to keep them that far away. Trust me, I was a farm boy once.
It's true. Well, I mean, we'll keep our eyes open, but as long as they don't try to steal my spear.
I hope they don't.
Yeah, because it's a really nice spear. You're muted.
Yeah, so basically, that's what you heard from them, the muting. So yeah, they come out with some bowls with like stew in it, and a couple of like kind of bandages with like the smell of like herbs and stuff, to for you guys, for the warriors that are injured, to kind of put on your wounds. And Jorn says to you, the butcher, he's like, I hope you enjoy my stew. I often get fine compliments when I bring it into the town for trading, along with my meat pies. I've won several awards.
Is there a... Go ahead.
Town, you say? How far away?
Oh, it's about a 4-day travel when the weather's good. We go a couple times a year.
Is there meat in this stew?
Yes.
Well, I apologize, but but my dietary restrictions do not allow me to eat meat. We were raised in the monkhood as vegetarians.
Tom kind of chimes in and says, "Yeah, I'm not terribly hungry myself. I got some bread and cheese and stuff I can kind of eat. I'll be all right."
Vado will have a bowl, if it's offered.
Here, Pedrus will have a big bowl too. He's not going to turn it down.
Yeah, it's pretty delicious.
If you don't,
you don't have any food.
if you don't mind, if you don't mind though, I will offer my food to your wolf friend, and I touch to the wolf and I say, "Would you like my beef?" And wolf.
Yeah, the wolf is likes the meat raw. He tells you, and then he then goes to the kitchen, and you see them get like a piece of raw meat and throw it on the ground, and the wolf starts to eat it.
Okay.
The boy goes to the kitchen and just gets some like vegetables, like root vegetables, and starts to cut them up probably for you. Seems a little down that you won't eat the meat, but yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I do apologize profusely.
And then so Gerda takes the herb, packs or whatever, and she gives them to the warriors, and she says, if you put these on, it will help your wounds heal quicker. So she kind of gives you these.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
She kind of looks at Tom, and she gets a little bit closer, and she says, do you need me to help you apply it?
No, thank you. I'll be just fine.
Are you sure?
Yes. Oh, no. us men of the woods, you know, we like to do things ourselves, as
I know-
they say.
I know I'm young, but I know a lot about bodies.
Oh, well, you know, it's all well and good. Maybe you should, I think my friend Beatrice is, kind of lonely, you know.
Can we all hear her whispering to him?
I don't know. Roll a d6. She's talking pretty quiet.
2.
1.
What's it?
1.
Yeah. Well, then sure. If you roll 1, that means you were like paying attention to his private conversation.
He's got
Well,
You're a little creepy.
darn. I wanted to make a joke, but oh well.
If you're okay being creepy,
Missed opportunity.
you're like, I could use some help.
No, it was going to be, I think Vato could use some help.
Come on.
Vato's whistling to himself. He's not in the mood.
Okay. Yeah. So they feed you, and you know, a little bit of time goes by, and then from the door that you came in from the hallway door, it opens up, and an older woman, like older than this, these are all children, obviously. She's probably like in her 40s. She pops in, you know, a pretty attractive older woman, and she kind of stands in the doorway, and she says, "Oh, we have visitors. So rare in the winter." And then she can kind of see that you have like tracked some blood on you and stuff, and she says, "Oh no, don't tell me the animals have gotten to you. It's very dangerous here. Was it those giant spiders?"
No, they're currently away mating. We saw those on the way here. No, it was a 3-armed man and a 1-legged woman.
"Oh no. I'm Siri. This is my house. Welcome." You know, those were only stories that were told to us as children when I was young. Can't believe that they're real.
Can I roll against my wisdom to see if I really think she's telling the truth about responding to that?
Yeah.
8 out of 13.
Yeah. What she's saying, those are stories of us that we have with children, is true. The fact that she can't believe that they're real now, you seem to think maybe she's exaggerating that part of it, but that they were stories that she was told as a child.
Did you say there's like either a shed or a barn that's away from the house? You said also.
Yeah, there is. There's actually a barn and a shed. There's
Yeah, I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to look at Thom and not say anything, but I'm just going to give the nod as I start to walk out the door, and man has to take a break. I'll be back shortly. As I walk out the front door towards, I guess, the shed or somewhere.
Okay, so you go towards her, and she says, "Oh, I understand." And then she actually leaves, and you can just go right past her. She actually goes out as well, but she kind of goes around the other way, like whichever way. She kind of pauses for a second, kind of outside to see where you go, and she kind of goes around the other way.
Is it an open shed or has it got doors on it?
You have to walk up to it. You can. It's not super close to you, but you can certainly walk to it. Like if you walk towards the shed. I mean, you said you had to pee, so she's not.
I'm definitely going to go towards the shed, and I'm going to look back to see if Thom has followed me out.
I mean, there's a barn and a tool shed.
Yes, I'll probably have followed him out.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you got to pee together. So you're basically you're not your girls basically.
Well, you know, Rangers have to watch each other's back at all
That's
times.
I mean, if anybody needs help, it's going to be Vito. Right, so here's where you are. Here's where you are in the farmhouse in the center. There's a tool shed, the barn rather, and there's a tool shed. So when you went like this way to go pee, she just looked the other way. So she's probably on this side of the house, from what you can tell. She's probably over here somewhere, and you guys are going this way. So you want to walk over to the barn?
Yeah, I'm going to walk towards the barn and that tree there.
Well, right there. Okay.
And is Thom maybe I'll slow down enough for him to catch up with me, and as we're walking along, knowing that she's not close, I'm going to look over at him and go, "The woman, she lied. She knows more than what she's saying. I just was able to watch her eyes very closely. There's something out of place here. We need to watch ourselves close.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been getting really strange vibes, honestly, this whole time. In fact, I don't even want to know what's in that stew.
The stew was
Yeah.
gone, by the way.
God damn it. Well, I should have had some stew, hypothetically.
Yeah, it was probably the best stew that you've had in a long time. It had herbs that you don't even remember tasting.
Well, since we're going out on our manly walk here, I think it would be okay. I think we should go ahead, since we're this close. Let's go inspect that barn before it gets too dark to not be able to see in there.
Yeah, good idea. I'm feeling a little bit better.
Cool. Oh, yeah, you can walk over to the barn. It takes a few minutes. What I'll do is we'll do this for a few minutes, and we'll jump back to the house where you guys are so we can see what you guys are hanging out with the kids. All right, so you head to the barn, which probably takes you like 5 minutes if you don't run to it. You know, it'll probably take you 5 minutes to walk over there. Let me go to the barn descriptions. Barn. All right, this is why I like using the book. It's just easier. Barn. Okay. General. Simple, weather-worn wood structure in some state of disrepair. You don't hear anything inside. You do see as you approach the main doors, there are some large footprints, human-type footprints, but going in and out, you would notice that as a ranger for sure. You do smell animals and a little bit of a smell of decay. And you pop open the doors. Well, they're open, so you can just kind of look in. You're looking into the main part of the barn. It's a long aisle. You know, barns are set up, so it's like a long aisle, and you've got stalls on either side.
All right.
This area gives access to the animal pens and is used to bring the animals in and out of the barn. There's straw on the floor. There's rope and tackle on hooks, like in between the stalls. And there is also a ladder that goes up into the hayloft. And basically to your right and to your left, on either side, there's 3 stalls, and also if you go all the ways forward, there's a stall. So there's a total of 7 stalls in this place.
You look on that side, and I'll take this side.
Who's
I
going?
nod and take out my dagger, I suppose.
Cool.
And go to that side.
That side is what, the left?
Yes.
Okay, so I figured. This side is always the right. That's why I know. Okay, so to the left, we'll do the left first. So the first one that you look in on the left, I'm assuming that you're going like, and then to the next set, and to the next set. You're saying next
Yeah,
set.
yeah, definitely.
That way. So you look in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I love this. The very first place you look. So you look on that side. And you peek into this stall. A half-decaying corpse is manacled to the wall like an animal. Looks like it was a young maiden. She is looks like she may have died of dehydration and exposure. So basically, you open up this stall that should have a horse in it, and there's basically a dead woman attached to the wall.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Jesus.
So
And
go
who's-
ahead, go ahead and roll a saving throw.
Who saw that? That was me?
That was the
Yeah.
other side. Yep.
Yeah, this side. Or that side. Right. Yeah, definitely probably freaking out.
Right.
15 over 10.
Oh, so you succeeded. Okay, so you're like, dude,
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
I've
Fuck.
seen something with 3 arms or something. Well, because you see that on Tony, on your side, when you opened yours, you kind of opened them simultaneously and looked. It's empty.
Yeah, and there's nothing in this one, Thom. What do you got?
Oh, just a dead body. Come check it out.
And I immediately go over there. And as I look in at it, I look towards Thom and go, I knew that just was a bad feeling. We need to get out of here now.
Yeah, and I'll sheath my dagger and pull up my long sword. All my backpack and all that's probably back inside, but I'll say, yeah, we need to. I don't know. Should we confront these people, or should we just up and leave?
I think we just get our party, and I'm taking out my shield and my bastard sword also, and I think we just go and get our party and leave. If they try to stop us, well, it's not going to turn out well for them.
Okay, well, yeah, let's get to it. We shouldn't waste any time here. I think it's not safe. I don't even want to know what else is in the barn.
I'm going to take off at a jog back towards the house.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be right behind you, or right with you.
Back at the house, because you don't know there's a dead body in the shed. So yeah, your vegetable stew is ready. So if you want vegetables, yeah, so you're hanging out with the kids.
Okay.
You want to talk to them?
Yeah, as we're hanging out, when it cuts back to me, I'm holding up my spear, and that's how I got this spear. This really nice spear, and I think my other companions found something else. I don't remember, like whatever it was that they found. Not as nice as this spear, I can tell you. This spear, it's a really nice spear.
Vado's just sitting there.
I never let it out of my sight.
Vado's just sitting there with his head resting on his fist. And he's just like, this is the third time you've told us this. We've heard the story 3 times now.
So they seem semi-interested, like the cat attack. Well, initiative. Okay. Yes, I know you're there. Okay. So
I laughed way harder at that than I should have.
random. Yeah, so expect Gerda and Hannah are very interested, but probably halfway through your story, the boy goes back to cook again. He seems very adamant about getting his he likes to cook. He's like making pies and all that kind of stuff in there. But yeah, so they're just kind of hanging out with you and listening to your stories, and they seem pretty interested. Like they tell you, they say, well, we don't get too many visitors here, so we don't get to hear these exciting stories. So you can stay overnight. We have a spare room. You guys can stay. Do you want to see?
If it's not an imposition to you, we might stay for the evening and move on towards town in the morning.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, exciting. Okay, come on. And then they basically lead you back to that first hallway that you were in and up the stairs.
Okay.
So up the stairs opens up into 16.
I'm staying downstairs.
Okay.
After hearing what the other person said to Thom, I'm not interested in going to any rooms with these people.
Oh. Well, this is the little girl now. She's 12.
Oh.
Yeah, the other girl was 20-something. This is a little girl. Yeah. That's okay. Actually, because you stayed, you're actually with the one that's hitting on you. Or was hitting on him. So she sits very close to you. And she's like, you look like a strong warrior. Do you have stories about how you got your big sword? And then we cut upstairs.
Just leans casually in and eats another thing of his soup.
The soup
doesn't exist.
You've probably never eaten soup as good as this before in your life. It's fantastic. Okay. Let me see. Where's 4-3? Sorry, it's divided. Oh, I'm looking at a tool shed. That's why. Let's see. You pop up onto the
upstairs. There's a tool shed.
Yeah. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So you pop up into 16. 4, 2, 8, 9. So on map. Oh, I look at the wrong map. That makes sense then. Always blame the map. Okay, so you come up the stairs and you enter into basically like a wide hallway.
There are a lot of cats around these parts.
Okay, she's gonna bother me. I can tell. She's now decided to clean herself right there. So once she's done, she'll let me know. So yeah, so you enter this large hallway. You kind of go around the turn, and there's a door to your left and to the right, which are closed. Directly in front of you opens up into a large space, the upper hall. After ascending a very creepy staircase, this is where you end up. The room is largely empty and has a lot of doors. In the center of the room, there is a scruffy mat made of a huge bear. Southern doors, you don't know that. So she's going to bring you to the bedrooms, which are guest room.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she brings you across this large room, and there's a huge set of double doors, which she opens up, brings you into room number 12. The door is locked, by the way. She actually has a key. She pulls out her pocket. She unlocks the door, opens it up, walks in. This room forms a hallway to separate the guest rooms. Sturdy and ornamental double doors seem out of place here. So like you can definitely see like this house is like kind of basic, and these are like really nice doors in this separate area for some reason. Probably valuable. North and south wall are well adorned by tapestries depicting dragons. Okay, so basically you come into, so you enter this like large long hallway with lots of doors, and she just brings you right through it. You pass that area with the bear skin rug. She opens the door to bring you into like the guest part of the house, which is nicer than the regular part of the house. And then she opens up, there's 2 doors in front of you. She opens up the one to the left. The dragon pops up. No,
Oh god.
It's also locked. So she has like a key ring, basically. This is one of the rooms offered to the guests. There's 4 beds, a few chairs, a small locker. Very nice. Like I said, it's very nice. There's windows. It's just a nice room altogether. So it's basically a big room with four beds. So this is probably, they probably would just show you this one room because it makes sense that you're all staying in the same room probably. So yeah, she shows you like a really nice room. And she says, yeah, if you want to stay, you can leave your stuff here.
Well, we thank you for that. I'll talk to the other guys about it, and we'll look this over and everything. We really do appreciate all of your hospitality.
Sure, we don't get too many strangers around here. We're kind of in the middle of nowhere, as you might have noticed.
Yeah.
It's hard to make friends. That's why my friend is a wolf. And then she actually goes over to the window and she looks out and she like whistles because the dog is left by now because it's not following you around. And you can see that she's probably looking out at the wolf. And then she comes back to you and then closes the door, locks it, and goes back at the other door, locks it, and then brings you back downstairs.
But I'm following her, right?
Yeah, of course. That's what I mean. Like as you guys walk through,
good.
lock the doors. All the doors that were locked, she relocks and puts the
Okay. As we're walking and she's locking them, is there any reason that you keep these doors locked up here?
Well, of course. We can't have people steal all the nice stuff.
I mean, you don't get many guests.
Exactly.
So these double doors, when were they installed? They're really nice. I really like the design.
Yeah, they've been here my whole life. I'm 12.
Yeah.
How old are you?
Old enough.
Nice. Someday I want to be able to be an adventurer and travel like you.
Well, perhaps you will. I've heard of farmers becoming great adventurers.
I build stuff sometimes.
Wow, that sounds exciting. You seem really smart. You seem really intelligent.
Thank you. Will you take me with you?
When we go adventuring? Well, you're a little young now. I wouldn't want you to end up getting hurt. You should wait till you get older.
Yeah, that's what my parents always said. Fine. She gets mopey. And she goes back downstairs.
I feel slightly bad.
We don't get many visitors has to be like the #1 horror storyline to start with.
Yeah, Volta, there's a really nice room up there that they said we could stay in.
Oh, perfect.
And then she's gonna say, and she says this sort of in a way of like straining her voice a little bit, like they keep the doors locked because they don't want the guests stealing all of their nice things.
Well, not
Well,
the
that
guest.
makes sense.
I didn't want you to think. I wouldn't mean to be insulting.
Well, oh no. I mean, I'm just repeating what you said is all. No.
Well, I don't mean guess. I mean, if there was like a criminal or something or a thief.
Right, yes. That's what I mean. No, I'm sorry. Yes, they don't want people stealing all their stuff, so they keep all the doors locked upstairs.
That sounds normal to me. I don't know, maybe things are different where you come from.
Yeah, you noticed too, since you made such a kind of you're making a point about it, so you're paying attention now. That the keys are actually just like hung on the wall. So she just like hangs them back up when you're done talking. So she had keys. Not like she had her own set of keys. She basically took the keys, if you will.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna kind of like stretch my arms. I'm just kind of like just stretching for now. Keeping my spear in my hand, of course.
Do you want to eat those vegetables? He's staring at a plate of vegetables.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
that bread and cheese kind of filled me up.
What bread and cheese?
I thought what's his name had bread and cheese.
You haven't eaten in like 3 days.
Oh, well, I must have imagined bread and cheese that filled me up.
I mean,
So I'm full now.
he kind of looks at you a little bit like, you just made me cook something for you, you're not going to eat it. And then he goes back and dumps it into the pot with the rest of the stew and kind of stirs it together.
Very sorry.
Something about not eating meat is being weird.
Yeah.
Is that girl still next to me?
Yeah. She's probably moved
gonna
up. Like when you put your head down, she was like, "Oh, are you tired? Do you need a massage?"
No, I'm gonna go. I need to go take a walk.
How about a bath? Would you like a hot bath?
But maybe later. Maybe later.
I could help you.
That won't be necessary. Thank you, though. And I get up and I'm like hurriedly like walking towards the door. I'm just gonna go take a walk real quick.
I'm going to attempt to to grab those keys and put them in my belt pouch without anyone noticing.
Okay. Go for it.
What should I do? Hide in shadows or move silently?
Should be like a pickpocket.
Delicate task. Huh?
I think delicate, was that the one? I think this is like a pickpocket roll.
Delicate task, I believe, is pickpocket. Yes.
Original D&D.
So
That must be a
delicate task?
pickpocket roll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's delicate task. I can check to make sure, but fairly sure that's
Delicate tasks.
Huh?
Yeah, that makes more sense than anything else. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 47. I did not make it.
Okay. Yeah, so you reach over to try to grab the keys casually, and then the little girl definitely sees you, and she's like, oh, we're supposed to leave those there.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I was just stretching. I try to make it like I was just like, stretching out my arm.
Okay. Yeah, we're supposed to leave those there. And then she walks up.
Oh, of course.
She walks up. And,
well, I mean, I would never take anything without your permission, of course. I'm sorry. That's what
it's fine, no problem. Here, I might want to check those rooms though, so I'm gonna take the keys for now. She takes them and puts them in her pocket.
Okay.
And
well, I'm gonna go see what's taking my friends so long outside.
Well,
hope they didn't run into more of those creatures.
No, they don't come this close to the house usually.
No, I'm gonna go check just to make sure.
Okay, I'll get the rooms ready for you. And then she goes up the stairs. So what's so you guys are heading outside now? That's basically what you're doing?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you guys go outside. Nobody stops you. I mean, so as you head outside, you see your companions kind of jogging towards the building where the weapon is drawn.
How far are we
This
probably
girl's freaking me out,
distance-wise?
man.
So we
I'd
all
say
kind
this,
of like.
by trying all that stuff happen, let's say that you're like most of the way. You're probably like 100 yards away by the time when they pop their heads out.
So do we all kind of meet at the same place?
Yeah, you guys step out and you see them running towards you about 100 yards away. And they
Everyone's there, right? Because Volto went outside as well.
We're 100 yards away. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to continue jogging till I close the distance. I'm not going to yell at them from here.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'm not saying anything until I get close.
The interference might have stolen this piece of information from me, but did we heal any from any of the poultices or anything that they gave us?
No, they said that you'd heal overnight.
Okay.
Basically, it was going to give you increased healing when you do your sleep overnight. Instead of being 1 point, you'll heal more.
I see.
You know, mechanically, but that's basically what it is. You have to sleep because it's not magic. It's just medicine. So no, you haven't.
Okay.
As we meet at the 50-yard line, and as myself and Thom jog up to them, they see us holding our weapons out, and I just look at them and I'm not out of breath yet, but I'm just kind of away, and I go, "Get your stuff. We leave now. Don't ask questions. We leave now."
Yeah, no, totally agree. We're leaving right now. I was about to tell you the same thing, to get your stuff, because we're leaving right now.
What? Did I miss something?
We just got to get out of here.
Trust me, a whole lot apparently. but when I went upstairs, I definitely got something. They
What
keep
did you
all the
see
rooms,
upstairs?
they keep all the rooms locked to keep criminals from stealing everything.
There's far more treacherous things going on here than locked doors and hidden keys.
You don't understand. They keep all the doors locked for all the criminals that don't exist around here. I tried to grab the keys, but I was caught.
I guess that's one of the damn criminals tied up in the barn. Then there's a body tied up, chained up in the barn. It's decayed that we just found. Get your stuff.
I have all my stuff with me. I at least have my spear. That's the most important thing.
Of course.
It's a really nice spear.
I need to go grab my backpack. It's inside.
We're all staying together, so let's go.
Yeah, and I'll kind of lead the way into the house with my sword drawn. I'm going to grab my backpack, which is where I was sitting earlier.
Should we go get our story straight before we walk in?
No, we don't need to tell them anything. We're just leaving. The less information they have is probably better.
I agree.
I'm gonna wait at the door, at the front door.
I'm gonna kick it in.
Yeah, good idea, Vado. You keep an eye on the outside.
I have my stuff, so I'll wait with him.
Okay. So you you kick in the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick the door in.
You this room in front of you with the coats and stuff.
Okay.
You're kind of like a start from the inside, like something like, oh, what was that?
Oh, the door was locked. They locked us out.
No, it was. Just kicked the door in or something.
Oh,
Honey, I'm home.
So you're standing in like that entryway. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna rush forward, grab my bag, and run back out.
Okay. All right, so you rush into that first room that has the stairs, and then you make a right to go into the dining room where your stuff is.
Yes.
And by the time you get in there, you see the boy has a knife in his hand, and he's in a defensive position. Somebody smashing his door, and the flirty girl is holding up a chair in a defensive position against the wall, and they're like, "What's happening? What's happening?"
There's wolves. Go ahead, Marcus. I'm sorry.
Oh no, there's wolves. Like you said, we're just really nervous, and we need my stuff now, so we can go kill these wolves.
Oh no, you should stay inside. If there's wolves.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, the wolves are dangerous.
You're a child. Don't talk to me.
Dang.
Wow. Okay. She's 21, but okay.
Oh, I thought it was the
flirty
little guy with the
the child wasn't flirting with you. She's 21. So
Okay.
yeah, so she says,
I would say that either way.
"I'm not a child. I'm a woman. Make a saving throw."
Oh goddamn it.
Both of us.
Oh no, I think just two. Hold on.
Let's see. The 19
Oh, that passes before.
over 10.
Oh yeah.
Do I need to make one too, Daniel?
Let me just check. I don't think so.
Okay.
I have to see what she's doing first.
Oh god.
No, she can only do it. So yeah, so no, you don't have to do anything. She kind of gives you kind of flirty eyeballs, but it doesn't help. She's trying to charm you with her beauty, but it doesn't.
Yeah. Perhaps for a moment I'm taken aback by the beauty, but immediately my survival instincts kick back in, and I say, "Now please, out of my way. I need my stuff."
So she says, but the wolves are dangerous, and actually you start to hear wolves just start to howl outside.
Do I see anything?
Yeah, you don't see anything on the outside yet, but you also hear wolves starting to howl. And it seems like you hear some howls, and then you hear it's getting closer.
I've got my hand on the hilt of my sword.
Okay, yeah, let me just look at the map for a second.
I have my spear out ready to go.
I think it's coming from the other direction. Let me just make sure. Let's look at my map again. Oh, maybe let's see. Where are the wolves? The wolves are over there. They're on the other side. It's not at the entrance. So yeah, you do not see wolves, but you probably hear them coming closer, or at least a wolf. Yeah. Well, she doesn't stop you. She's just got her chair up. If you want to reach in and try to grab the.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, rush forward and grab it and try to get back up the house.
Cool. So yeah, so when you turn around, the door that you came running through into this room, you see that it's closed. Yeah. You probably didn't hear it close because you were too busy yelling and berating this poor woman.
Really poor one, I'm sure.
So the door is now closed behind you.
Let's see. I'll turn around. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. Is there a window close by?
Let's see. Is there a window? You're going to go for the window. I love it.
Yeah, backpack first. Why not?
Yeah. So you turn around, you see the door's closed. No, I mean, you could run towards the kitchen. That would be there's basically you're standing in a room with a door behind you that is now closed. A big table between you and this girl who has a chair up like this, protecting herself. The boy is kind of standing near the entrance to the kitchen, which is on the north side of the, so to your left. And there's also a closed door on the other side of the room across from you. There's no window. Are those windows? Actually, there are windows, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take out an iron spike from the backpack and chunk it at the window.
Okay.
Assuming it's glass.
Smash.
Or is it just like a... Is it glass or is it just like a shutter?
Yeah,
kind of thing? Okay.
It's probably going to be glass.
Nice.
Why not? We'll make it fancy. Yeah. It's more dramatic if it shatters. Shash! The window shatters.
Nice. Good. So the iron spike goes through the window.
Goes, what are you doing?
I'm getting out of here. And I'm running, and then I run and jump.
But the wolves... Okay, good. All right, so you run towards the window and jump. What are you doing?
Backpack first.
Yeah, of course. What are you doing during all this, Pedros?
Okay, yeah, just to retcon a moment, I think I missed part. They closed the door on us where we couldn't walk back out the door. Is that correct?
Well, you haven't tried to open it yet. But when you came in and started arguing with them, the door was closed behind you. You don't think they closed it because you were looking at them, but you don't see the little girl now.
Oh, okay. Well, I seeing Thom go towards the window. First thing I'm going to do, standing by the door, I'm going to try to open the door first.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't, like the handle turns like it's unlocked, but you can't pull it open.
Does Thom make it through the window?
Yeah, so you dive at the window. Go ahead and try to roll into your dexterity.
Oh, great. Here we go. So my dex is 17. Got a 9.
Fantastic. So you're charging at the window, and you dive like a hardcore dive through the window, and you smack right into the bars that are on the window, and you take 2 points of damage.
Oh, good.
You fall forward.
Damn it. That's not what I expected from this.
Probably not.
Oh my gosh.
At this point of seeing him do that, I've got my sword out, so I want to try to chop the lock and stuff off the door.
Yeah, you can like hack at the door. I'll say it'll probably take. How strong are you?
14.
Okay. So what's the strength modifier?
I think it's just +1.
Okay, so I'll subtract that. Okay, so it's going to take you about 9 rounds to get through the door because it's pretty heavy.
And I'm yelling outside towards the other 2 party members. They've locked us in. They've locked us in.
Yeah, you guys probably hear that, but you might be distracted by the wolf. So roll a d6 to see if you kind of hear what's going on. Although you probably heard smash. There's a lot of shit going on.
1.
I got a 6, so.
Okay. Yeah, the monk doesn't. She's like distracted by the window being smashed, maybe. But yeah, sure enough, Bato, you hear them say that they're locked in.
I'm gonna run in there and try to open the door, and I guess maybe I see an axe splinter through the top.
You don't say anything to me, okay?
So he
I'm
runs
just sitting there.
You probably start to wander towards the broken window, and then he runs through the door.
Okay, yeah. I have a headset on. I'm listening to music.
Yeah, so you run in, and you see the little girl is standing in that hallway, and she does something to you, or tries to. But she is a little girl, and she has stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna look her up. I didn't know you were gonna immediately talk to 5 people. I didn't get ready. This went completely different than I would have imagined it was gonna go. Okay, so yeah, you basically are fighting children. Let me see if I can find the children's stats.
Oh dear.
Oh, God damn it. God
I
damn
saw
it.
your other game when Subdual Damage was tried.
Once again, people try to fight children.
Oh, I don't want to fight the children.
Well, that's who you're fighting right now.
Well, that's their fault.
Oh yes,
Break
okay.
their window.
They have a dead body.
You are clearly the aggressor here.
What you see two things. You see a little girl standing there with something in her hand, and you see running down the stairs that big wolf. And so it's still too far away to attack you. And she whips this thing at you, which is you'll find out if it hits you. And she rolls a 16, so she hits. It's basically like a Greek fire, so it hits you and it explodes in flame on your body.
Oh, Jesus.
You take 4 points of damage, and you're on fire right now.
How much damage do I take?
4.
4 Oh, God.
Yeah, and you're on fire.
Oh, good.
So let's just so Monk, you hear smash. You looking around. I guess you probably see that the window's broken. I don't know. Tony, you're hacking away at the door, right?
Correct.
And Marcus, you're probably picking your ass up off the ground. So before we go into this combat, let's take a quick 5-minute break.
Okay.
And then we'll get back to it so I can grab another drink.
Okay.
Sounds good.
While we're in break, I'm going to tell a small unrelated story because when Thorn said it's not my fault that I have to attack the children, it reminded me one time my friend and I we were playing Watch Dogs, and and there were like all these gangs surrounding us, and they was shooting at the gang. But the cops got involved, and he ended up hitting a cop. And I'm like, dude, you're shooting at the cops. And he was like, well, it's not my fault. They're getting in the way of my bullets. Anyway, I bet no one's listening to me. So I'm just telling the story to myself. So,
I'm here. I'm listening.
Oh, okay, cool.
So what does on fire mean in this edition? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I'm back.
Okay. Nice.
I'm back, Daniel.
Ah, good.
Almost everyone missed my really awesome story. So it's something for you to listen to on YouTube later.
I'm back.
Playing the game, and then my coffee maker started making wine.
Yeah.
Well, kill children,
well,
but apparently you guys can't help yourselves.
Matthew, he heard my really awesome story.
Throw us into a barn with a decaying body, and then a girl who's trying to kill me with a chair, and a window with bars on it.
Well, you could interpret it like that, or you ran into a room with a sword drawn, and there was a young girl who was like, "What are you doing? Holding?"
We're not going to go there.
Go through. I'm not saying you're doing the wrong thing. I'm just saying.
I'll be honest. If someone smashed in my door, especially if there were some strangers that I just let into my house, yeah, I'd probably get kind of defensive too. I'm just saying. Like, that's just me, though. It's how I live my life. Everyone else, you can do what you want.
But the dead body.
Yeah, the dead body's definitely.
We have to take drastic measures.
Hey, maybe if you just walked into the house and like, hey, I need my backpack because we're gonna go do something weird, cool out there. Maybe we could have just been on our merry way.
No, Marcus. I'm much happier with you smashing in the door for no apparent reason. It's much more fun.
Hell yeah.
You tried to sneak in, it's like you would have just left and then it would have been like, oh, okay, you got away. No.
Gotta do some wild card action.
Yeah,
Damn you, Marcus. That's something Crystal's character would normally do. Bash stuff in.
Yeah, usually, especially if it was Clara. Like, that's totally something Clara would do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking for the monster before because there's a monster. Where is it then? Before we start, that way I don't stop again.
This time I'm playing a reserved monk, though.
I have returned triumphantly with a quesadilla.
Oh, these are just those?
I want some. Quesadillas, not whatever the DM is talking about.
Oh, so those are just those. Okay. What do they call this monsters? Well, monster, whatever they call this thing. Oh, here we go. There. 4. So 204 is on page 43. So I have to stop again. Sorry, guys.
I did actually.
Okay.
I did actually make myself some coffee, by the way, and I have this cute little cup that has cows on it, and the handle is in the shape of a cow. I just felt like telling you all that. It's cute.
That is pretty nice, actually. It's not in the shape of a goat?
No.
Okay, so on the outside of the barn. So let's set this scene for a second here. So right now, standing in the kind of the entranceway of the house, or just busted through like the kind of the foyer entrance, but the hallway, is Vato, who is currently on fire. He's standing maybe like 15 feet from a 12-year-old girl who just lit him on fire. Okay, you've got our monk Diana, who is somehow doesn't know why the hell he ran in, but you kind of looked around to see what the smashing of the glass was, and you see on the edge of the building, kind of in the corner, you see that that woman who introduced herself as the mother. You see her standing there, and right behind her, you see some creatures. They're basically kind of like what you saw out in the field, except even more grotesque. They've got like partial animal, one of them has a wolf's head, the other one has like a fox's head, one has like a boar's head, but then they have like various arms and stuff that are not correct for their bodies. You see 2 or 3, it's hard to tell at this point, they're starting to come around the corner, which is kind of terrible. Inside the room, we've inside the building. We have Tom, who's currently prone on the ground after smashing through the window, kind of, and we have Pedris, who is fighting a door.
Did the mailbox have the name Moreau on it by chance?
Indeed. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on. So basically, you've got 2 children in there with you. You've got the boy, the cook, standing kind of in the kitchen doorway. I'll say actually, when you start hacking at the door, he kind of stepped back into the kitchen, most likely to get something to fight you with. And you have the girl that's holding the chair there, who did in fact try to cast a charm spell on you, but failed. So let's roll initiative to see what happens. And we'll just rotate through this circus of fun. So let's just do 1 initiative for everything, and we'll just. I got a 3. So for this one, let's have Marcus roll it because you're next in my line on the left. So.
All right, let's see. Big money. Got a 1.
Nice. Okay, so let's start outside. There are a total of, and you realize this as they come around, 8 of these mutant creatures plus the woman. And they're going to, I don't think they're close enough to move and attack you, so they're just going to charge at you this round.
Okay.
I think, let me see how the distance is on this. Well, their move is 12, though. Well, I'm just going to say they can only get... Oh, their arms, by the way, are scythe blades. I forgot to say that. They have, like, blades on their arms. These are
That's great. That's perfect. I'm glad that happened.
I should have mentioned that. So, yeah. So
it wasn't horrifying enough before.
Charge towards you. They're trying to kind of make a semicircle around you to keep you against the wall of the house so you can't get away. So they kind of position themselves like that. That's all they're going to do this round. In the hallway, since you're on fire, Vato, she's not going to, the wolf's not going to move forward to attack you. I think she's just going to stand there and watch you burn because you're going to take damage just from being on fire. So you take another, only 1 point of damage. You'll take another round of damage of fire after this if you don't put it out. So you take 1 point of damage for being on fire, Vato. And the people inside the kitchen, the young boy will come out of the kitchen now with 2 like butcher knives in his hands. And he's going to charge at Pedris and try to stab you.
Oh, come on.
Okay, let me see what his stats are. Sorry, because you got like you're attacking the door. So he runs at you and tries to stab you, and he goes, "I bet you'll taste yummy." Yeah, that's what he says. And you can read into that however you want. By weapon. Let's see. His dagger is usually coated with paralysis potion. Okay, so he's going to try to stab you with the dagger. It has a paralyzer poison on it if you get hit. But he rolls a natural 1. So he runs at you and stabs it into the door behind you. He completely misses you. And the girl, Marcus, who you were fighting, the 21-year-old girl who was flirting with you earlier.
You don't have to mention that.
Yeah.
I feel guilty enough.
Let's be fair. She was flirting with anything that moved.
Yeah, that is true.
She didn't like Pedro, so.
Why do you think she's grabbing that chair like that? You know what I mean?
I think. What's your con? Do you have a bonus on your con?
My con's 12. I don't think that's a bonus.
Okay, I think this might work on you then. She's casting sleep. But I think it doesn't, because you're 4th level, right? So it shouldn't, if you're 4+, I think it doesn't work. So if you had a con bonus, it wouldn't work. If you're less than 4, it's going to work. It don't matter what, because she obviously doesn't know your level, but sleep. Puts enemies to sleep, enchanted number. So 4 to 4+, they can do up to 1. So you're going to get a, no saving throw. Boom, you're asleep, Marcus. Affects creature based on their hit dice. Yeah, you're gone for an hour.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. I drop. Sword goes bouncing away.
You just never get back up, basically. Yeah, she butchered. So you can definitely tell at this point, Tony, that she's cast a spell. I mean, because that's not a subtle thing. She goes, blah, 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 whatever, and she casts a spell, and your fighter friend drops to the ground.
Okay.
But I mean, you probably could
Is it
with
mine?
some effort, but you'll have to run over to him. It'll probably take you at least a full round's worth of stuff to wake him up if you want to do it.
It's our turn though to go.
Yep, and that's everything they're doing. So now it's your turn. So
Yeah.
let me just start from
going-
left.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So go ahead. Actually, no, we'll do it backwards this time. That way we don't. It's not always the same. So I'll start from right to left. So Tony, you can go first. What is?
Yeah, I've seen this boy that tried to stab me, and he missed me. And he stabs his dagger at the doors. He's trying to wrench this dagger out of a door. I'm just going to take a hand axe, and I'm just going to try to come straight down and just cleave his arm off.
Oh wow. Okay. Violence.
And wow, that's going to hit like armor class 1.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that hits. Let me just check. Yeah, his arm class is only 7. So I'm going to say, hold on.
He'll take four damage as that hand axe just cuts into him.
Okay, that's not quite enough to take his arm off, but you definitely chunk into it, and I'm going to say that he lets go of the dagger. So that dagger he won't be able to use.
And I just look him in the eye and go, "You evil abomination! You do not serve humankind."
And he looks at you and he says, "You don't know the half of it." As he tries to reach for pull his other dagger out.
I'll never know because I will kill you tonight.
Well, that's not very nice. Okay, sorry.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Vato, you're on fire.
It is a rather rude thing to say in most circumstances.
So you're on fire with this like 11 or 12-year-old girl in front of you. You can try to put the fire out if you want. You'll have to make another save. If you make a save, you can put the fire out this round. Otherwise, you're going to take another automatic amount of damage next round. But if you do that, that's all you can do. Or you can do whatever else you want.
So I ran through the front door.
Yep.
Is that still open behind me?
Yes. You're probably like 15 feet into the building. You can turn around. That's what you're asking. Yeah.
Can I run outside and dive into the snow?
Yeah, you can stop, drop, and roll. You'll still have to make a save to put the fire out. Let's just say that you'll get a bonus of +2.
Okay.
To the roll.
All right, so saving throw. So what happens if I meet it?
Meeting is success. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Cool.
That +2 is a good thing.
So you run out and it's a smart idea because you wouldn't have made it if you're just trying to pad it out. So that was smart. You run out there and you like dive into the snow and you roll around or whatever and you're able to put the fire out. Of course, you ran past. Luckily, there's no attacks of opportunity. Or I'm not going to do that anyways. You ran past. You do notice, but you probably weren't paying attention because you were on fire. That you ran past like 8 of these like nasty constructs attacking your friend as you ran.
Yeah, he's running outside. He's running outside just in a panic, and then drops into the snow and goes. And looks up and he's like, "Oh."
It was like, shh. So yeah, you ran past them. Okay, Marcus, you're asleep.
Yeah, so you might hear some snoring, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe some laughter.
Yeah, you're like.
Hey, wait, what about his horror thing? Wouldn't that prevent him from being able to go to sleep? Come on, come on. Dang.
I was just thinking to myself, this is probably the best sleep you're going to have for a while because you're out like a light. And then finally, our monk outside. You're surrounded by 8 of these razor jacks.
Okay, well, she was about to react when suddenly this flaming guy runs by, and we all just kind of turn and look like, what the fuck is that about? And then like we all kind of like get our mind back on what's happening. I figure it's going to be easier to fight these guys, like maybe one at a time. I kind of want to be in the doorway. So what I want to attempt to do is like do a flying kick at one of these things. So like when I hit it, I'll be able to land behind it and like try and get into the door. You know what I mean?
Sure.
If only you knew what devil child waited for you on the other side.
Yeah. Which weird you don't know that. So yeah, you can do that. Go ahead and make an attack if you're successful, and then you also make a roll under your dex with a +4 onto the roll. Then you can do exactly that.
Okay, cool. All right. First of all, what are the armor class of these things?
So the AC is 6 only.
Okay, cool. Then I just make it.
Nice. All right.
And I do. Let me see how much unarmed damage I get again. Wait, 6 and that's with weapon. Okay, so I just do a total of 6 damage.
Nice.
Ah,
Actually, knock it down. You happen to have targeted the weakest one, probably, and you like literally flatten it when you do that. It's still kind of moving a little bit on the ground, but you reckon it's basically on its last legs, if anything.
just goose stomped it.
Yeah, it only had 7 hit points, so I'm going to say it's with that kick and everything. So yes, you are successfully. Did you make the save? You made the save and throw, right? Or no?
Oh, no, right, a dex. A dex +4.
Yeah. Plus 4.
I got a 4, so that's 8 in total. So yes, I did make it with a dex 10.
Nice. So you jump through and you flatten this guy, and he falls flat to the ground. You land on the other side of him, and you are now in the doorway. Roll a d6. Give me a 1 or a 2, and you see the girl behind you. Otherwise, you are basically your back turned to this girl.
5. So
Okay. So
I just spin into the doorway, and I think I'm all cool. Like I just
Yep.
did a really awesome.
It was
Matrix,
pretty cool.
Whatever Matrix is.
What is this matrix you speak of?
Yeah.
Okay, so Marcus, in your sleeping position, could you give me another initiative roll?
Yes.
Oh, they got a 6.
Got a 3.
Okay, they can go first again. Sorry, I'm just doing their hit points.
Might be sleep in the game, but there's no sleeping on the job.
I know.
It's funny that it often turns out the person roll initiative ends up out of the combat. I don't know why that happens. It's like a weird thing that happens a lot in combat.
Right,
okay.
that has happened a lot.
Yeah, it's a weird, right? Okay, so they're going first. So dude with knife inside, Tony, is going to try to stab you with this one, although this one does not have, I mean, you didn't know the other one either, but this one doesn't have poison on it because he stuck the poison on the wall. So that's good. He rolled a 14. He is 4 dice. So I think that might hit you. Let me just check. 4 hit dice. 14 hits armor class 1. So he stabs into you with a dagger, which does 3 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay. The girl with the chair runs into the kitchen. She drops the chair and runs into the kitchen. I think that's where she's going to go. Let me just check. She either runs into the kitchen or the other door. One of those two. I have to look at the map. She runs basically where she can leave.
You're telling me she had the chair in her hand and she's not gonna give him the chair?
She could have. She could have done it, but she's done something else that's even worse because I'm. She could hit you with the chair. It would be fun, but maybe.
I've been watching too much wrestling.
Yeah, it would be good. I would have done that, but I think she can actually. Let me just quickly get the map. But I think she's actually going to go where she can open the door. To be honest with you, that's why she's doing that. Just so you know, not that your character knows that. Is that a door? Oh, there's a window. No, it's just a window, I guess. Okay, so no, she actually just goes into the kitchen. Yeah, she doesn't hit you with the chair though. She's not going to do that. She's a little skinny thing. Outside, or I'm sorry, in the hallway, the young girl is going to. Yeah, why not? She's going to throw the fire on your back.
Oh, great! Awesome.
Okay. But 3. So she actually throws it over your shoulder and it smashes outside. Probably aware of her being there now, though. But because she doesn't hit you, it will charge forward and attack you.
Like it.
Thought it was
like
just
it
getting
goes
up as
over
another.
me. Yeah, that's exactly what I was supposed to say.
Thought I was just getting up and he's like, all right. And then he sees another Greek fire go. He's like, ah!
Yeah, you definitely see it smash near you, but it doesn't hit you. That'd be terrible.
Devil child.
So you definitely see that, though. And I mean, on a positive note, you wasted it. Okay, so he's a warg. What's your armor class? Your armor class is 5. He rolled a 12. Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, so the wolf is going to hit you. The wolf charges out and like you probably turn back because this thing flies over your head, and then a wolf just slams into your back, biting you. And I think you have to make a saving throw to not fall over, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just check that. No, he's actually not in here because he's a standard monster. So let me grab the book. Nope. Oh, cats attack you.
There's that sound again.
At least it wasn't whatever was out in the woods.
In my own head canon, that's the sound that the thing made when you jumped on it. It's just a cat.
So no, in this one they don't knock you over or anything. So it just does a what do you call it? 1d6 plus 1 damage. So let me give you some damage for being attacked by the wolf. But not a d20 damage. That'd be terrible. 5 plus 1, so 6 points of damage to the monk. As a wolf jumps up and bites you, basically.
Oh, to the monk. Ow. Okay. That hurt.
Yeah, you're very aware that there's a little girl in the hallway and a wolf biting you in the back of the neck. And I think that's all the bad guys. So let's go to your turn now. So let's go to.
I'm gonna say in wolf. As he bites into me, I'm gonna say in wolf. Which roughly translates to bad dog.
He says, "Protect master." So, Petrus, what would you like to do? You got this 16.
After this boy stabs me and just seeing the evil radiate off of him even more, I'm just going to take his hand axe and come down to him again. Hope I can finish him. And that's going to hit armor class 4.
That hits.
He will take 5 damage from my hand axe as I crush into him.
Nice. You can see that he's looking hurt, but still pretty strong.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, it'd be 6 damage because I forgot to add my plus 1
Nice.
damage
Okay.
bonus. So.
He's hurt a little bit more, but still doing okay. He's bleeding in several places, but he's not like about to collapse over yet. Not yet, anyways. How about Vata, who's laying in the snow? You see this other fire explode near you, but it doesn't hit you. You look back, you see a wolf on your monk friend's back, and you see these strange creatures, 7 of them, gathering around the doorway. And possibly... Oh, actually, they didn't go. That's all right. They didn't go this round because they're trying to figure out what the fuck to do. there was a lot of shit going on. So half of them are going towards the door to finish the monk off. And so 3 of them, I'll say, and then 4 of them are heading towards you. But they don't attack you yet because they have to walk to you and they're relatively slow. So you got 4 monstrous creatures coming at you.
Okay, so did you say that there was the person who identified herself as the mother was with these creatures?
Yeah, well, she's at the side of the building, about 180 feet away. So she's like she's at the edge of the building, just kind of looking over the side. And then these things came around, and she's just like looking at you, but she's not doing anything yet.
Okay.
What can she do?
Well, Vato's not looking too good, but he decides in his head that if he's going to go down, he's going to go down swinging. So whichever one of these 4 monsters coming at me is the closest, I just want to hack into him with all the vigor I have.
Nice.
Okay. I assume I can get to him.
Yeah, you can stand up and attack him if you want.
Okay. I swing wide.
Okay. Yeah, they're coming at you, and you probably they're not even at you yet, and you just swing before they get there because it's so crazy. Cool. And how about Thorn? How's your sleeping going? Tom, rather.
Yeah, it's going pretty well. Probably entering REM sleep at this point.
Nice.
I got dreaming about better days.
Electric sheep.
And how's your
Yes.
how's your the monk? What would you like to do with at this point, Diana? You got a wolf behind you and 3 of these weird creatures coming at you.
Yeah, Diana, she's looking really ragged at this point. But she's not going to let herself or her friends go down without a fight. So she spins her spear around in her hand and tries her best to aim at this wolf on her back and bring it up with all of her might.
Okay.
And what AC am I trying to hit?
The wolf is AC 6.
Okay. Oh, boom, hit it. For C That's for max damage 9, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 damage total.
Nice. Yeah, you stab into this wolf, and it's real. It howls like in immense pain.
Does it get off of me?
Yeah, he's not really technically on you. I mean,
Oh, okay.
he's on you, like not mechanically. So yeah, he basically he howls and you hear the little girl scream out a little bit, and she's like, whatever the wolf's name is, I forget what it was already. She calls the wolf's name out in her sad little girl voice.
And when it hits,
It's
and
orange.
I feel it, and the dog cries out, I say again, "Bad dog."
Nice,
No, but this time in English
cool. Okay, so back
or
to
common.
I guess so. Let's roll initiative again, Marcus. Oof, they got a 6. Boy, I should stop rolling that die if I'm going to do. Or maybe I shouldn't.
A 5.
Okay. So you're fast, but not fast enough. So the inside the house, the boy's going to stab at you again, Tony, and completely misses with his dagger. He's not a very good melee fighter. At this point, though, the young girl with the chair, she comes out of the kitchen with the big stew pot in her hand, and she's just gonna like throw it on you, to burn you with the stew. That's how we roll around here. And she got a 19. That's a direct stew.
Good Lord.
She splashes you with this really hot stew. And because it's a 19, I'm going to say that like you notice as it hits you in the face that there was at least one finger in there.
Ooh.
It does.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't eat that.
2 points of damage. 2 points of burn damage on you from the stew. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, and then outside, the wolf is going to continue to attack at our monk, who just stabbed it. It rolls a 16, which should hit you no problem. It does a d6 plus 1 damage, so it does 2 points of damage. It's not a very. It's probably a little freaked out a little bit about being stabbed so heavily, so it only gives you like a little nibble. And let's see. So there's 7 of these things outside that can attack. So 3 are going to attack the monk. There are only 2 hit dice, so let's see. They need to hit you. Armor class 5. They're going to need 12. Actually, all 3 of them hit you with their razor hands. Oosh, that's not going to be good. That's pretty. Is that whole like?
Is that Vato that takes that damage, or
That's you. That's on you. They haven't attacked him yet. I'm doing yours. You just got 3. Yeah, you got the wolf and these 3 things on you.
Great.
I'm looking for there.
So they can all fit in the doorway, huh? So getting in the doorway didn't help at all. Great. Because I was hoping I could just take them on one at a time in the doorway. But
Yeah, well, you came into the doorway, but not really. If you go into the room, maybe if you go further back, but the dog's behind you now because they're at the door, like they're.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the wolf just hit you too, Crystal. I don't know if you heard that. The wolf just took,
Yeah, I know,
think,
I know.
some damage. Oh, okay. I didn't know if you
Okay.
heard it.
To the door.
Well,
I'll
if I
give
take
you
any
a-
damage, I'm probably dead.
Okay. I mean, I'll say 2 of them got you then, because that's logic. You're in the doorway. Maybe they couldn't all get you, so I'll increase your armor class, like from having cover, and that would actually make only 2 of them have hit you. I think because they needed 12 to hit you, and if I gave you partial cover, that's minus 2 more points to your armor class. 1 rolled the 12, the other 2 are 15s. So 15s would have hit you, I think. Let me just check that to make sure. That's a valid
Thank
point.
you.
Yeah, 15 with your armor class 2, which is 4 points better than your armor class. So even if I gave you the No, it's 3 points better than armor class. So it's 4. Let me just check cover to make sure what cover gives you. I think it's minus 2, but let's just make sure. Our cover rolls going to look at 3. If there's not, I'm just going to say 2 because that seems right for cover.
Yeah. I agree. I thank you for doing all that.
No, of course. No, of course. You did it for a reason. So, let's see. It doesn't show cover, so I'm just going to say I think minus 2 seems fair. So that they still 2 of them would have hit you. You only have 2 hit points.
I have 3.
Oh yeah, so you're probably going to go down. Yeah, you take 9 points of damage, so you're going to go down between these things like hacking you away.
Okay, so you see one of the spears hit her straight on in the shoulder, and as it pulls back, like just massive amounts of blood, like start squirting out as she falls to the ground, dead.
Yeah, these things are just like, and they just kind of stay. You probably see this from the outside. They're like these things are like mindless, and they're just hacking away at your friend on the ground. There are 4 that are coming at you.
So can I bring in my backup character?
Right now. Okay, so 2 of the 4 that are on you, because they're circling around you, Veda, hit you. So you take 3 points of damage total. Are you still up?
I am unconscious.
No.
No.
What's that?
Yeah, 0 is dead.
Zero's
This
dead?
is-
Oh, I thought it was Zero was
this is
unconscious
not
and then negative 1 was
D5e.
dead.
Oh, really?
This is old school, man. You are dead.
Yeah.
I think 0 is dead. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Zero's dead.
Yeah, like limitations, 0 is unconscious, and but I think this is 0's dead. I mean, we can check. If you have the PDF, you can check it while we continue on combat, and if you
I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, look it up. We'll just hope because you're either unconscious or dead, so one way or the other. Cool. And oh Jesus, all right, this went south very quickly. And that's all their attacks. So the only person still up right now is, although I don't know that you know that, is Pedros. You're fighting this boy and the girl who just threw soup on your face.
Yeah, and when she throws this hot soup and mixture of all this, whatever's all is in it, and it burns me for this minute, I look at her and I see the finger fly out and go probably right in front of my face and hit the doorway, and I'm look at her and go, "You can put your brother's arm in it," as I hack down on her brother again. Ooh, right, a 19 on the dice. I know that's going to hit. And he'll take 5 more points of damage from that axe as I just try to just decimate him.
Yeah, you take his arm clean off, and blood just starts squirting like all over the wall, and he probably turns and squirts on his sister, and it's like a bloodbath. Huh. Nice. That's it, right? Okay, so let's do initiative.
So, when a character is reduced to 0 hit points, the character is unconscious, and if hit points are brought to -1 or lower, the character dies.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so you're unconscious. Nice.
It's kind of less useful than I would be dead at this point. Yeah, it's on page 43 of the PDF if you're looking at the
That's cool.
complete rules.
So if you get exactly 0, that gives you a little extra bonus. It doesn't happen that often, but there you go. Right at 0 is good. So yeah, you're unconscious. You drop down.
Well, how many points of damage do those things do to me? Was it?
What's that?
Did it have? How many points of damage do those things
Did 9 to you.
do? Did it happen to be 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What, is it just negative anything you're dead, or is it -1? Like, what is the negative? Matthew,
What's up?
can you read that part again? How much negative do you have to be dead?
-1.
Oh yeah, then yeah, it was 9 points. If you only had 3 points left, Crystal, then you would be dead for sure. Okay. Yeah, it should have been the opposite. Well, actually, then you would have been dead. You both had 3 hit points. That's so weird. How'd that work out? Okay, so they also got 6 in the initiative, but I'll just give it to you guys. You guys being Tony. What do you want to do? You chop off his arm. You got this girl. She kind of screams a little bit. You killed her brother, and now his blood squirting.
All the brothers dead?
Oh yeah, you chopped off his arm, and he like squirted blood everywhere, and he fell on the ground. So now it's just
Okay, yeah, I missed the part about him falling in. Okay. Yeah, her screaming, I'm just going to take that hand axe. And I guess she's within melee of me also.
Oh yeah, she's standing right there.
And I'm just going to try to chop her. Because they have completely, I've lost any hope for them of what they're doing to people. So 14 to hit. Or hit armor class 3.
Yeah, that should hit. She only has armor class 6, I believe.
And she'll take 2 damage from the axe as I drive into her now.
Cool. This is. She hasn't been hurt yet, right? So I don't think I rolled her hit points. Yeah, her armor class is only 7. She has 5 hit dice. Let's roll her. You did 4 to her, Tony?
No, 2.
2. Okay. Yeah, that like just probably because of the blood and everything everywhere. You just like hack at her and make like a little slice. It doesn't really seem to do much.
Okay.
Meanwhile, outside stuff's happening. So then back to her inside. She has no weapon or anything. She's going to I think she used all her spells. Oh no! Boom! She disappears.
You mean right in front of my eyes? She disappears?
She's turned invisible. And you probably see, but maybe it's too. I'm gonna say it happens too fast for you to be able to react. Since there's blood everywhere, you probably you see her disappear and you're stunned for a second, but then when you look down, you see bloody footprints that lead off into the kitchen. So she obviously turned invisible and then ran.
Okay.
So she's not in the room anymore, as far as you can tell. It's pretty much no one else either dead or asleep.
Yeah, I'm going to the way the sleep spell is worded. It doesn't. I want to go and try to wake up and
Yeah, I think you wake him up.
thaw him up. Yeah, go and shake him up if I can.
I would say with some effort you can wake him up. Yeah, sure. It doesn't say you can just wake him up, but at the same time, it's like if you're by yourself with him, that shouldn't be a problem.
I'm definitely going to get him awake.
Okay, yeah. So, Tom, you wake up and you open your eyes, and the room is like there's blood everywhere in the room, and you can actually hear. You can hear outside, and you probably notice this now. You're waking him up, and you can definitely hear outside like lots of moving around and like groaning and kind of animal noise and stuff. And you actually probably everybody, both of you guys roll a d6.
Mm-hmm.
5.
3.
Yes, you can't tell like what they're doing out there. You just know that they're.
Oh, what happened? Last I remember, I was trying to jump through a window.
We're dealing with a family of, I don't know what they are. They're inhuman. There was human parts in that stew. They just threw them. You can probably see the red face and stuff. And
I knew it. I'm so glad I didn't eat that.
the brother tried to stab me. I've killed him, but the girl, she's some kind of sorceress. She just turned completely invisible in front of me, and she's gone. Get your weapons. We've got to check on the others.
Yeah, those eyes are of hers. Devilish for sure.
Okay, so you're standing in this room, you've got the windows that are broken, which actually, if you want to look out, that's where the noise is coming from, but obviously there's a bar on the window, so you probably can't get out the window that easy. But you could look out if you want to see what's going on outside. You've got the door to the north that leads into the kitchen that's wide open. You can see into the kitchen. You don't see her in there. There's also windows in there, but you haven't checked those. To the east is a door that you've never been through, and to the west is a door that's magically being held. You were chopping at, but you didn't open.
When I looked in the kitchen originally, when we first got there, what I had seen, was there an exit door from the kitchen leading out? What I had seen?
No, there's just 2 windows.
Okay. I want to go back and try to, maybe while he's getting his senses, I want to go back and start chopping on that door again, because I think I had, probably 3 rounds of chopping on it.
Yeah, you can continue to chop on it. So you're chopping at the door. You can definitely hear, like, people outside, like, from that position, because you even hear the wolf as you're chopping at the door. Like, they can clearly tell you're trying to chop the door down. Obviously you can't do that in a secret way. What is your character doing, Marcus?
I'm trying to grab my sword. It's still in the room, right? Like, no one's taking it.
Yeah, you can just pick it up and do it. But you have time. He's gonna be chopping the door down for a couple of rounds. Do you want?
Okay. Yeah, I just want to get into the defensive posture, perhaps, with the sword. Not like stat-wise or anything. Just ready for the attack.
Okay. Roll a d6, Marcus.
Mm-hmm. A 2.
Okay. You're standing there, and you're kind of like, because obviously you're figuring they're going to come through the door that he's chopping down, but at the same time you're positioning yourself so you can see like all the different doors. And when you kind of look over towards the kitchen, you see that the window in the kitchen,
Mm-hmm.
the curtain is like blowing.
I'll point that out to Piedras. The curtain. It's doing something weird.
And I'm just chopping, and I look, keep an eye on it.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it.
Okay, it's blowing. Like the curtain's blowing, like wind.
It's not normal.
Unless, of course, the window is open.
Ah, yes. Maybe I could walk up to it, peer through the curtain.
Okay, yeah. So you move towards the window, and you actually probably looking around like the frame of it. You see there's like some blood on it, and there's no bars on this window, and it's open, and you can look out, and you see in the field, some more of these like creature things they're kind of like wandering around in the open. It's almost like Dawn of the Dead, like kind of like wandering around out there, and you but you don't see the family as far as you can tell. You just see some of these creatures, and none of them are really super close to the house.
Hey, Beatrice, we can get out through this window. And I stick my sword through it just to kind of wiggle it around just to make sure there's no like invisible bars or anything.
Nope, it's not.
Yeah, if he yells that into me as I'm in the middle of chopping at the door, I would stop and go to see what he's found.
Yeah, look at it. It's open.
Yeah, it looks like this window didn't have bars on it. The main room window has bars on it, but this one does not. At least this window doesn't have bars.
And I see these creatures too that are approaching from the field.
Yeah, they're kind of like, you almost get the feeling, I mean, not in a really organized fashion, but they're kind of wandering around out there. Like patrolling, maybe, like it might be a good way to say it. Like they're not heading towards you, they're just kind of going back and forth in small groups.
Yeah, I look towards you, Thom, and I go, as serious as I can be, I look at him and I go, we should have brought Ranger Darrell with his crossbow.
Oh, that would have been so useful right now. Yeah, he would really know what to do.
Is that Crystal's other character?
No, that was
So you can set that up.
that was a cheap shot at Darrell from Walking Dead. You said there was zombie.
Okay. No, I didn't know if you were trying to like segue into his character. I was like, oh, that's pretty slick. Yes, probably. Well, Marcus's character has a bow. A regular bow, not a crossbow, though.
But yeah, I guess if Thom thinks so, we'll go through the window, try to go outside the window if we can.
Yeah, I mean, you might be able to make a run. Let me show you the map. If you want to try to, I don't know if you're going to try to run, try to fight, or what you're going to do, but a map thing. There has to be a logical place for if anybody else is going to join us, for anybody to come back. Otherwise, it would be weird if Crystal's character just automatically appeared. But that would have been a massive, awesome segue if you had basically pulled it off. Okay, so you can see the map. It's clearer if I do this. Okay, so you're here. The front of the house, as it would be, like where the in the door originally, and where two of your friends met their end, is here. The fields where you see people wandering around, the window that you're looking out is like over here. You've got the barn and the shed that you saw before, and you guys originally came from this direction. There's a pretty good amount of space. Like, I mean, it's not like you're not gonna be able to like run to the tree line in 2 rounds, but you know, you definitely could make your way to any of these directions. I mean, more than likely, there's creatures in the front based on what you've heard so far. Mm-hmm. You only see a few out here, and like I said, there's the barn there, and then there's the tool shed which you can go into.
I looked at Pieters and say,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
this, by the way, is hills, just so you know, and this is a river. If it's not clear from the drawing. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marcus.
I'll look to Pieters and say, what about the other two? Did you tell me what happened to them?
Yeah, and can I ask you a question real quick, Daniel? And are we going to try to bring in Crystal's other character? Because I thought of a way maybe I could do it if we're going to do that.
It just depends on what you're going to do.
Well, what I was going to do is I'm going to look towards Thom, and I'm going to go. I don't know. They were around front. I guess the last time I saw them, I don't know. There's a bunch of noise around there. I wonder if there's any survivors left in the barn. Maybe we didn't check all the stalls in the barn. There may be some survivors out there that could help us.
Yeah, we should.
And that's how I was going to try to bring her in.
Yeah, that's not terrible. What is your other character, Crystal? Or who is your other character?
Girl with blonde hair, human fighter named Clarissa.
Because Matthew's other character is a ranger. You could theoretically be in the tree line, or somehow together. It would make more sense if you're together, because it's weird you'd randomly run into 2 people. Just randomly. You haven't been anyway. 2 people So all of a sudden,
I wouldn't
two
mind.
people. So maybe you could be
I wouldn't mind our characters being together. Like we've been traveling together for a little while.
the same way that these
We're both
guys-
level 4, right? So
Yeah.
it's a chance we've been traveling together since level 1.
Yeah, so it could be that you've been traveling together and or you're both captured. Is that what you would if I didn't say they were in there? Like if we're not going to do that, I hate to like metagame, but let's just figure out like a path. Is that what you would do even if there wasn't a character in there, or you just thought that'd be a good idea?
No, if what I would have done if not going that route, I would have went back and I would look at the farm and go, well, there's a bunch of noise around front. We need to go check on our partners.
Okay. I mean, since you don't know they're dead, what we could do is, if you want, is we could have the two new characters approach from. Let me show you the map. Like maybe they've seen. I mean, these things are pretty hideous looking. So perhaps you see these here, these things attacking, and you don't know what's going on. Maybe you're going to help. Crystal's new character and Matthew, because even though your character is unconscious, he's not going to come back up right now.
Yeah, no, I figured.
Or at least captured, so you'll just run your new character if you want. I think it would probably make sense that maybe let's put you over here. That makes the most sense. Because there's water here,
I mean, I figured I'd be cat food next round anyway, so.
Yeah, you're basically either captured or dead. I mean, there's
Especially if those things are eating us. I mean, they would have tore into you and you would have died. So.
So I think what makes the most sense is for you guys to maybe have heard screams and stuff, and maybe be coming this way, and you see these like hideous creatures like attacking and eating people, and maybe you're just going to be heroes and run in and help. Does that sound reasonable?
Well, my alignment is law, and the backstory I'd come up with in my head was I was once a farmer but left, and have those delusions of grandeur, being a grand knight someday or something. So that makes sense for my character.
Okay. That seems fair, right? So we'll just say you guys were traveling maybe for the same reason. You were heading towards this river, and then you saw the crap going down. Maybe you're somewhere around here, and you started running towards the house, and you'll get there in a couple of rounds. I mean, by the time everything happened here, what you see is the two new characters, which I guess let's just introduce the new characters over here. So go ahead. I know you just kind of already did it, Crystal, but you're going to be playing Clarissa, you said?
I'll put it in and her and her AC. 1 second, let me pull this up over here. Okay.
So while you're doing that, let's hear about your character, Matthew, your new character, the ranger that's with Clarissa.
Yeah, so his name's Otis, and he'd be wearing sort of he's wearing ringmail armor, but it's sort of being covered over by a jacket, and because it's pretty snowy around this area, right?
Yeah, you definitely have winter
most of the year.
Side
Yeah, it'd be a lighter colored jacket, and his hair is pretty stark black. It's graying on the edges, perhaps a little bit before his time. He still looks pretty young. And when he talks to Clarissa, whenever he speaks, it's barely above a whisper, and there's like a scar tissue on his neck where maybe there was like an attempted hanging or something, and now he can only whisper.
Nice. Cool. The quiet ranger. So yeah, so you guys see your two. Can you write your stats in the chat too, so I have it again?
I can't.
The two of you see basically, and I'll say you saw it like while the combat was happening. You're not seeing it now. Like you saw basically the door being kicked open, which probably attracted your attention to like what's going on here, and then you saw these what appear to be some kind of weird demon-y creatures coming from around the corner and start attacking people. So you don't exactly know what's going on, except for that people are being attacked, and maybe you decide you were going to move forward and help. So you're heading towards the front of the building, and you see basically 7 of these weird-looking creatures. I think Otis might have a bow. I don't know if your character has a bow, Crystal. If you want to attack before you get there, if you want to use a bow and attack, or if you want to go to melee.
Let me see. Hey, does base
Otis would already have
AC,
his bow drawn.
does base AC start at 10 or does it start at 9? 10?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have it right. With a shield, it's a 6. I don't have a bow, so I'll just pull my longsword and my shield.
Mhm.
Otis, do you see that? We got to go help those people. And I'm going to start making my way.
Which ones are we helping? The ones running up the back or the ones screaming?
Yeah, I don't think well, actually, you probably would see even the other people. We're rewinding back in time before your other characters died, because otherwise it would take you too long to get there. So this happens. You're actually seeing the monk and the other fighter die.
Ah, okay, all right, yeah. So we've already made up our mind.
It's actually only by the time you actually see them when they take down your other character, Matthew. You see actually make a saving throw, both of you, because you see some
Saving throw. All right.
You can actually get to start right away with the saving throw.
Oh dear, this will definitely decide how the rest of this goes. I'm sure.
Most likely. I passed.
Nice.
18.
Oh, I passed as well. 14.
Okay, so maybe you don't quite comprehend exactly what's going on, but you see something kind of reach around the side of the building. It looks like a giant snake in a sense, and grab the one of the fallen victims and drag him away. So basically, he's dragging away your other character. He's dragging away. It's dragging away, I should say, Vato.
No.
It doesn't seem to attack or do anything to the monstrous creatures that are now eating or tearing apart, anyways, another human as you approach. And I guess as you guys are approaching, so you guys pop out the back, the other two of you pop out that back window, and I guess I'm going to have you do rudder roll under your decks to be as stealthy as possible, to not be seen if you're going to circle back around the house.
Wow, 1 over.
Okay.
Yeah, I just made it also.
Okay. Okay, so I'll say that they see you, but not until you're pretty close. So basically, you got which way are you circling around the house? Are you going to go around towards the riverside or towards the other side? Like basically the shorter way or the longer way? What would it be?
Probably the shortest I'd go for.
Yeah, shortest.
All right, so that means that as you're circling around, you actually see these other two approaching. One of which has a sword out, and I guess what does Otis have?
Am I within range to shoot my sharp bow yet?
Yeah, you're about okay. Yeah, you'll be in range at some point. So you see them with the bow. So you guys are going to kind of see each other as you're circling around. And yeah, when you get close enough, you can shoot your bow. Sure. Do you want to do any kind of hand signally communication with anybody or make any kind of contact before you attack these things? You're just going to run forward and attack.
I'm not going to say anything to anybody. I've put this hand axe back in its holder, and I've pulled out my bastard sword and this shield and holding it in such of an attack motion as I just move towards these creatures.
Okay. And how are you armed, Tom?
I think I would have pulled out my bow at this point, kind of sheathed the sword.
Cool. Okay, so I'll say that you probably you guys will have a round of attacks with the bows before anything really goes down. So you guys can both attack if you want. You see 7 of these weird creatures, 3 of which are currently eating your monk friend. So if you want to make attacks, you can. Missile attacks before they realize you're there. Call them a surprise attack.
Can I just say that if anyone looks at the monk, she's like wrapped around the spear like she's trying to protect it.
You can't say that. Nice.
I fire a warning shot.
Stop and fire your bow, and Mark, does your character step around and shoot the bow as well?
Yeah, I might as well. Let's see. I only have 11 arrows left, though, whatever it's worth. But let's see.
Get your shots with
Nothing
the
actually. Oh yeah, that's right. Cool.
I think
So the first.
the bow, Matthew. If you want to shoot 2 shots, you can.
2 shots? Okay.
Yeah, rate of fire on a bow is 2 shots.
Okay, that's much better. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, totally. They're
Okay.
pretty low armor class. I think these guys.
Awesome. And
I think it's like a
that is
6
a
when my monk attacked.
Yeah, they're like 6 or 7 armor class. They're pretty low, so it should be easy to hit these guys.
5 damage.
5 damage points. Yeah, 6 armor class. 5 damage. Cool. You land an arrow into one of them. It howls in pain. How about Marcus? Did you get anybody with your arrows?
I was 16 plus my bonus with missiles is just a 1, so 17. That was 6 damage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and the second arrow was a 7.
No, yeah. Don't need much armor class. 7 total. That does not hit. No. Okay. So 3 arrows loosed. 4 arrows are loosed. 2 find. Then we'll shift. See what happens. Like these creatures. I even switched die for you guys, but I rolled no 6 for initiative. I never do that when I'm a player.
That is the eternal question.
Exactly. Okay, so let's see. We're moving along. So now for this combat, Matthew, you're rolling shit.
All right.
Which is a D6.
3.
All right, they're gonna go first. Since you haven't come around the building yet, well, I guess Marcus too. Actually, let me see if they. Yeah, they didn't really notice where the arrows came from. I think they probably think they all came from the 2 fighters that are like crossing the field. So they don't actually move to go anywhere, even though it's their turn. They kind of do nothing. Like they prepare themselves for you to like. They don't attack, I shouldn't say, but they don't. They just move towards you as opposed to like going around the building. So they actually go. What's their movement? They can move 8, and your what's the range on bow? Question.
The short bow, I think, is 50 feet.
50. Okay. So yeah, so they're actually. I think you can move a third of your movement during combat. So basically, they're going to move. Also coordinate easily. They move 2, so they're going to move. They're going to close the distance with you guys. They're all going to move towards the two new fighters because they don't see the other guys around the corner yet. Which actually means that when you, the other 2 of you attack, Marcus and Tony, you're going to get +2. You're going to be attacking from behind.
Okay.
Right past you because they're not paying attention. And now it is your turn. They can't attack. They just all move.
Oh, we're outdoors, right?
Yep, 100%.
Awesome. Good
Yeah,
news.
so go ahead, and anybody who wants to do missile fire, again, can go first. Are you going to shoot your bow again, Otis?
Okay, so I can do two missile attacks. I don't suppose an 11 hits, does it?
Their armor class is 6.
Armor class.
Actually, it exactly hits. That's the number.
Oh, sweet.
11.
And I'm just going to roll the other one real quick. Attacking the same person. All right, that's a 15, so that definitely hits.
Nice.
6, 5. Ooh,
Oh, nice. That's good damage. All
11
right.
damage total.
You've actually been nailing the most hardy of them all, so he's still standing pretty well, but he's looking pretty bad with 3 arrows stuck into him. Are you going to also use your bow, Tom? Or no?
Yeah, the first was a miss. The second was a miss. Damn it.
All right, so you should trust him. All right, so probably next round they're going to close for melee, which means, just so you know, so remember that if you shoot bows into melee, it's a problem. You can't pick your target. So, I mean, you still have a good chance of hitting them because there's a lot more of them than there are your party, but you do have a chance of hitting your party if you shoot.
Am I not close enough to fight them yet? I mean,
No, you can move up on your turn, though. You can move now.
okay.
Yeah, I was even though technically movement's first, I was just doing the bows first. Otherwise, he would shoot you. So.
No. I mean, yeah, that's fine.
For that reason, but yeah, you can move far enough this time. If you charge forward, you can attack.
Because I didn't get to attack last round or anything. I was just wondering, like, how far away I was.
No, you should be good now.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say Otis and I have a pretty good system going of since we've been traveling together. Usually, whichever person he hits first with the arrows is the person I try to attack. So we can quickly have one person down at least. So I'm gonna attack who he's been hitting with the arrows.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And 16, 17 to hit.
Yep.
And does a total of 5 damage.
Nice.
So I run up and just like I have my sword already pulled back as I run up with my shield and just kind of like come down across his chest.
Cool. Yeah, you chop into him. He's again. This is the most hardy of all of them, so he's still up, but he's looking really, really bad. Okay. How about Petrus?
Me? I guess that leaves me. Yeah, I'm just going to, as I'm walking up and see these arrows and see this blonde-headed woman running across the field and attacking this thing, I'm just going to run up to the closest one to me and just look at it and go, I will ease your pain tonight. You will suffer no more.
You sure you're not a paladin?
Oh, I wrote a natural 1.
Nice.
I will ease your suffering next round.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's that round. Everybody roll a d6 for me. Just
A 2.
A 1.
4.
5.
okay. So anybody got a 1 or 2 notices that? Yeah, that the other ones in the other field are starting to come. So you see more of these things coming towards you. Probably like somewhere close to a dozen more of them altogether, although they're a decent distance away right now.
Okay.
So let's roll initiative. 1. See, finally.
For the ones that didn't see it, can we say something to them?
Yeah, you can shout out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna look back towards Thom and I'm gonna go. I don't think your bow can take all these. Those that we saw in the field, it looks like they're coming this way. I think we need
Otis.
to try to get out of here.
Otis, there's too many of them. We got to retreat.
Otis nods.
Yeah, I'll nod to Petrus. I'll put my bow up, pull out my sword, but be prepared to run.
Okay. Okay, it's your turn. So what do you guys want to do? You want to do anybody want to move?
Yes.
I'm gonna retreat back to the forest line.
Okay, so you're going to run basically south to the forest line, not towards where you came from, which was the river, because that would be too far away, but the forest line makes sense.
Yes.
Cool. I'll show the map in a second just to make sure we're on page, but I think I know what you mean. I think you can do a fighting retreat in this, if I'm not mistaken, where they don't get an attack on you, but it's only half your movement. Is that right, Tony, or is that?
Ooh,
that was
you testing my knowledge. I don't.
That sounds correct. I'm fairly sure I read
That's
something.
how they do it in basic. Or if you make a full retreat, then they can attack you and they get a bonus because you're not defending yourself anymore.
It's up to the referee to decide if there will be any special rules for retreating away from melee combat. Most referees allow the enemy a free attack if the hero tries to move out of the 10-foot melee range. It's usually made it +2 to hit. So yeah, they'll get an attack for us in melee.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that they won't all get to attack you, but I'll say 1 each. Let's just say that. Well, with the exception of Tom, who never moved forward. Everybody
Right.
else for
Otis wasn't in range of them, was he? So
That's
he-
right.
Yeah,
Otis,
it was
right?
just me and Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Not in the mix up, and I'll only say only 1 each can attack you guys, and only 1 attack each. So,
Okay.
but you can make your retreat. So let me just do that. So 1 for. Okay, that hits and misses. Okay, so Clarissa, you get slashed.
Great.
But only 1 point.
What the fuck is up with picking on me tonight?
I know.
How
Totally.
much damage?
I hate you 1 point.
Oh, yeah. You hate me a lot then.
Totally hate you. Yeah. So basically, you charge into combat. Yeah. So you can. Let me bring the map up so we can.
It's like he was already swinging, and as I run away, it kind of just like bounces off my ring at the back.
Yeah. Exactly.
I hardly even notice it.
Little ding. So let me do a quick screen share again. Okay, so you guys are basically like here, like kind of in front of the house. The closest tree line would be over here. So if you just want to run right for it, you're faster than they are, I think, unless somebody's very heavily encumbered, but I don't think any of you guys are. So you can definitely get away from them if you just run. You do hear wolves and stuff, but none of them are around close enough that I think they'd really be able to get you before you could get into the tree line. So if you want to retreat, you definitely can do that without being kind of an issue. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yep.
them.
I nodded Thom and head that way.
Okay. So Yeah, I'll say you can move forward. I mean, luckily some of you had some food. The rest, well, I know you have new people who probably weren't hungry. But unfortunately, Marcus's character is starving because you never get to eat anything.
I ate some like bread, but yeah, I'm probably really hungry at this point.
You've been starving.
Oh, I didn't.
You can't have bread.
Guys,
Remember?
I'm really hungry. I feel like I'm dying.
You haven't eaten in like 3 days. But you're that guy that was like, I'm starving, but you know what? These are weird people in the woods. I'm just not gonna eat.
Well, yeah, I didn't trust them at all.
And you were right because they were eating people. But I'm gonna say
Delicious and nutritious.
exactly. So the reason why Clarissa and Otis were heading in this direction is there's actually, which is the opposite direction of where you ran because you had to run. There's actually an ancient ruin. I'll show you the map, which you guys never went near, so you didn't see it. So justify you guys being here. Did I do that? Right here. That's supposedly has untold treasures that maybe could be explored another time. But I think we'll have you guys retreat towards civilization from now, licking your wounds. I think you made it away from the farm, which is pretty good. And yeah, is there anything you wanted to do or say before we stop the broadcast?
The only thing I would look towards Tom, and I would go, not since we haven't really introduced our other friends that come to help us, I look towards Tom and I go, we're going to have to get the whole conclave of rangers and come eradicate this mess.
I agree. Anybody cooking up people and knocking people out, barring windows, this is terrible. We're going to have to come back and wipe them out.
I like that nothing had to do with the monsters. It was the bar in the windows. That was the last straw.
Yeah.
This is the icing on the fucking cake.
How dare she flirt with me and then bar the window?
Not just flirting, and who knows what she would have done if, would have gone through with that. So
I'm thinking too from your point of view, because you smashed her head in the window, you probably don't even know she cast a sleep spell on you. You think you probably just knocked yourself out.
yeah, like a concussion or something. Yeah, I probably think I have like.
Whether or not he just wants to even tell you that, or he just wants to hold that over your head.
Yeah.
That's a whole other time for them. So yeah, I say you guys can you'll meet up and obviously you're friendly with each other. They saved you, but yeah, you've definitely got some
They're
things.
wizards.
There's potential. You saw their friend get taken.
Yeah.
And obviously, like I said, there's a lot of evil here.
Yeah.
And lawful characters.
And there was also this monk on the ground. She really seemed to like the spear she had in her hands. She seemed to be protecting it with her life, literally.
Yeah, that spear may resurface now. We never know if back to this. So yeah, there might be another room for other adventures here. So we'll see. So I'm gonna close the broadcast.